Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 22nd annual Oldtime baseball game, presented by Abbott Financial Management. We are live in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Oh, here we go. There's the first out of the game.
Now batting the center fielder.
Hello, this is Eddie Basile, James Dana. I'm Carmine Nardone. It's a pleasure to have you.
22nd annual Abbott Financial Oldtime baseball game. We're ready to go. Second batter of the inning. First batter, Skip Flanagan let off with a single.
Sam Shaughnessy is wearing
We have
Sam Shaughnessy at the plate now.
the South Philadelphia Hebrew Association.
now,
And look who we got in the mound.
Eddie. Am I watching the first inning?
This is the 67 World Series Game 2.
This is unbelievable. I'm watching Jim Lonborg pitch in person for the first time.
Yep.
Amazing moment.
He's on a pitch count, probably about 10 pitches, 10 to 15 pitches. But it looks like he still got it.
Look at that. Oh, that was a big cut.
Great crowd here tonight at St. Peter's Field in Cambridge. There's the ambulance. Yeah, I'm sure that's not for Jim. He'll be okay.
And you had to talk to me. This is unbelievable. Another beautiful night here for baseball.
Oh, it's beautiful out.
It's like these nights are custom ordered. Oh, that was dirty.
Yeah.
I think that was intentional, Eddie.
No.
Think he's still that competitive at that age?
I don't think he was thrown at him. First and second, no outs. He's
No. I know,
Now
but
batting the catcher, Steve Sauter.
is Steve Sauter. He's from Fullerton, California, Boston College. As most of the players are current college players, past college players, a couple of high school players, so we got a good mix in there tonight.
Steve is wearing Joe DiMaggio's 1944 7th Avenue Air Force baseball team uniform.
As you can tell, each player will have his own distinct uniform. He's got the Joe DiMaggio one. Foul off to the right out of play.
I'm
So if you see, which you will see, probably 33 different uniforms tonight, Brownie?
that's what there was last year. Oh, when he golfs one up center fielder charges in. He will make the catch. That's 2 away.
Now batting the third baseman, Charlie McConnell. McConnell is wearing Steve Carlton's uniform.
Lomberg seemed to put something on that
He's
pitch.
He's still a competitor.
To see? I think they're saying he's doctoring the ball. I think someone is. This game might be under protest.
What a thrill for McConnell going against Jim Lonborg. He's going to rip
Oh, we
one
got a good piece there.
the right left field, but put away. And Jim
There it
Lonborg,
is. We watched the.
great first inning for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't
Wow,
forget to
what an
buy
honor.
more tickets for auction items tonight. We have a number
Do you think they let him bunt?
I don't think he's going to bat.
You don't think he's going to bat? Okay.
No, but
Well, that was very exciting. First.
Oh, that's
great
fantastic.
first inning. Like we said, this is the 22nd annual Abbott Financial Old-Time Baseball Game. We're here for a fundraiser. We'll talk about that later tonight, too.
Full house early tonight.
Yes, perfect crowd is up and down the third base and first base
As
lines.
we always know it to be.
Always do. I'm Eddie Basile, Brownie Earl, James Dana on the far right. How you doing?
Yeah.
Perfect.
DANNA.
The
Yeah,
honorable,
two ends on that.
the honorable James Dana.
2 ends in that. And I work
Two.
for Boston Children's Hospital, and but I'm just here volunteering like the rest of us.
That's it. Everyone here. Like we said earlier, this is a charity game. Everybody here, from us to everybody, the umpires, the
From us to them.
ground crew, the Cambridge ground crew,
And
City
this
of
field
Cambridge.
looks beautiful tonight.
They do an awesome job. Every year they do a great job. This field looks. You think you're at Fenway Park. It looks perfect. They do a great
I'd like to
job.
wave hello to my son who's watching at home.
We saw that. He's watching on his iPad already, huh?
CTN Media. Oh, yes.
Was it a year and a half? And he's got the iPad going?
He was using it about a year. But, you know,
Starting them early on those iPads, huh?
you don't have much of a choice. You know? I mean, if you're using it, they're using it.
Yep, certainly.
Well, you could probably teach me a thing or two on it. I have no idea.
Yes. Swipe. You know, it's just a swipe.
All right.
But yes, he could.
It's all in the swipe.
And he said the broadcast looked beautiful.
Perfect night. We couldn't get a better night tonight. Not too hot. A little breeze blowing from, what?
It's 76
Out to
degrees
left
and there's a
field?
breeze blowing in from the northeast.
So it's perfect night for baseball. As we saw, Jim Lonborg, that's the only inning he'll throw tonight. His introductory
Leading off will be the
inning,
third
and
baseman, Max Burke.
he came out in his, 57 Ford? Was that a Ford?
That looked like a... Was it a Ford?
I think it was a Ford, yeah.
Oh, I missed it. What color was it?
Red.
Red and white, yeah. Beautiful,
beautiful.
car. Yep.
Wow,
I
wonderful.
thought it was
out.
a 57 Chevy or something like that, but what do I know?
Could have been a Chevy.
Well,
French fried potato, too?
A little before my time.
okay, so first at bat, in the bottom of the first, we have
Max Burt,
third baseman,
yep, from North Andover, Northeastern University.
first of many Northeastern players to play through this.
Yes, a lot of Northeast, a lot of BC. It's a good
Some
good
Bentley,
represent. Yeah, Bentley.
Stonehill,
Yep, Skidmore.
every year.
Just from all over the Northeast, actually all over the country too. As this broadcast is going to be seen too. This tonight will be a couple different countries. I know that Australia checked in already.
Are we going to do the message thing like last year? I thought that went really well.
Yes, we can give out. I'll give out my personal phone number, and you can text us.
You can text us, yes. People who are watching their kids from all over the country have an opportunity to text in and say, "Hey, we just want to say hello." Or,
Nice, very nice.
Said Max
No
Burt.
spam, though, right?
no spam.
All right.
6'2", 175 from Andover, Mass. Yeah, no spam. That's not good. Little infield pop-up.
Handled by second baseman.
Bonham puts it away. First up.
And there's one down.
Now batting the second baseman.
I told you he was magic.
You know, you put a mic on me and I work wonders.
It's unbelievable.
There's Anthony Maselli, Boston College, Burlington, Connecticut residence. A little bit outside.
Was he MVP 2 years ago? No.
No, I don't think he was.
Is this his first year?
Yeah, I think this is his first year.
Does he have a brother? No. Ooh.
Ripped down
Ripped
the
down
right
right
field
field
line.
line. Runs in for make the second out.
Oh, you got a good piece on it, too.
I like that uniform. So you could wear that out to the club if you wanted to. Lou Merlone, former Boston Red Sox, and a staple of this charity game.
Yep. I think this is fourth or fifth year doing it. So that's shortstop tonight.
They still have a bat on him?
Yeah, he still swings it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, didn't he hit a home run? Was it 2 years ago? I think he hit a home run here.
I believe so.
Yep.
2 years ago.
Blake Phillips on the mound. That's gonna be a thrill for him. Drops the deuce on him.
The sounds of baseball.
Yep. A little bit outside. Tons of kids here. It's great to see the kids out tonight. As we said, this is a National Institute for the Deaf fundraiser tonight. So every penny we make here goes to them. Pop down a play.
James, every year, one charity is sponsored by this game and by Abbott Financial.
Yep.
And last year was Lou Gehrig's disease, correct?
No, last year was for Peter. Yeah, Peter Frady's ALS.
Yeah,
Yep.
ALS.
Yep. That was when the whole ice bucket challenge was
Yes.
in its
Exactly.
It was in its prime. Great. It was
Yeah.
a great day here. That day was
Great day. Good cause.
Yes.
Huge success last year.
Yep. Blake Phillips trying to put down Maloney. He gets him to ground out to second base after one complete here at St. Peter's Field. No score.
What name we've haven't
Okay.
mentioned so far?
Yeah, so that's the Abbott Angels, who's
Yep.
just at the plate. And the
City Councilor Mark
Andrew Gregg family is the other team. So that we'll call them the Andrew Gregg is going to be the away team, and the Abbott Angels will be the home team tonight.
Okay.
So as we said, it's a fundraiser tonight, and on the first base side there, tons of auction items up for auction, silent auction.
Second inning. The second inning is
Really neat
sponsored
stuff.
by David
Wonderful.
Donahue.
So I suggest you go,
Spend
James,
some
and
money.
spend some money.
This is all organized, like say, by Steve Buckley,
Steve Buckley is one.
dear friend.
Yeah, and when you say Steve Buckley, he'll just come back and say, no, it's a lot of other people.
Well, he puts a lot of work in, that's for sure.
Yep.
Name this tune.
Oh, this is Take the A Train
There you go.
by Mr. Duke Ellington.
Correct, sir.
This is an old jazz standard.
Klimkevich is going to lead off with the Andrew Gregg family. Start the second inning.
I think they should have stuck with Lomborg for another inning.
Yeah, he passed his pitch count though. Oh, a whole
7. Yeah.
8 pitches.
8 pitches. I'm presuming that is Carl Yastrzemski uniform.
That's Aiden Freeberg on the mound yet wearing his uniform.
67, yeah, his uniform. That's beautiful. This is the
And-
real deal.
They don't make them like that anymore, huh?
They do for this game.
Now pitching Aiden Freeberg.
Lou Merlone, just, bigger than numbers.
It's great that he comes out. It's great to see the local media supporting this tonight. We saw them all here earlier tonight.
Auction items will be available for bids until the end of the seventh inning. Leading off,
From Worcester Polytech and Bill Ricka.
A lot of talent in Bill Ricka.
Yes, there is. That's your residence now, right, Brownie? Bill Ricka?
Yes, sure is. Proud of it. Pop up on the first base line. It's out of play.
Klimkevich here. He's won the Greg Maltabon Award, as you saw earlier. He's at first base tonight in the full hole.
This wonderful game will also be shown in closed caption.
Yes.
Which is why I just want to welcome S.L. Mayfield, who was watching us in far off land.
Is he in country or out of country? Is he?
He's out of the country.
Okay. 2-1 to Klimkevich.
He said it's that time of year again, huh, boys?
Yep.
Foul back.
Challenged him with the fastball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
No outs.
At top of the second.
It's like golf. Nice pitch. Oh, I thought he had the outside corner.
Golf's a little slower though. Tad
No,
bit.
yeah, but how we announce it, it's the style.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the,
Oh, the evenness of the tone and oh yeah, for sure.
high and away. He ball 4. He's gonna walk the first
Walk 'em.
batter.
now batting the center fielder, Rick Stoddard.
Rick Stoddard, center fielder. And he looks at ball 1. Little low. High and inside. Kind of fists it. 1-1. In past years, James, they've actually given us fences here.
Oh, nice.
You know, not fences. What would you call it? Like the netting. You know,
A riser?
sort of.
That's actually Darren Hartwell at the plate. Stoddard is the sponsor. Each uniform is sponsored by one particular person, one particular company, and Hartwell is at the plate. And Mr. Stoddard is the sponsor of this particular uniform. We could talk about the uniforms too as we go on tonight.
We could.
Curveball in there for a strike.
Got
Sits
him.
him down. One down in the top of the second.
That's a Bill Ricka curveball right there, right?
That is a Bill Ricka curveball. Leaves you spinning.
Hector Cosillon, the shortstop. The plate one down top of the second. Swing and a miss. Evens the count 1-1. Not a big lead for Klimkevich at first. I don't think he's going anywhere. The flare out to right to second base. Nice grab. And double Klimkevich off, and that'll do it. Quickly out of that inning. Looked like something was going to happen, but
2 great plays in the field
yep.
and a nice strikeout.
Aiden Friedberg was able to get out of it.
Head to the bottom of the second. No score. Eddie, who taught you how to keep score?
My dad.
Yeah, that's usually the
Yep,
case.
yep. Remember going to Fenway Park back in the day, and
People wouldn't even know that now. No, but who keeps score at a baseball game?
Us.
They maybe on an iPad.
no, yeah. You kidding me? You get the scorebook and a pencil, and that's all I needed.
You can probably get the iPad to do it for you, huh?
It's the art form, though.
The bottom of the second inning. The second inning is sponsored by David Donahue. The leadoff batter will be the right fielder, Jimmy Record.
Blake Phillips on for his second inning of work, no score. As you can see behind the backstop, full house there, and up and down each baseline, full house. Got to be 6-7 people deep here. Every year it seems to get bigger and bigger. Another perfect night, Brownie, for this.
Yeah,
for
just
this
a
game.
beautiful night.
Well, this
Like,
is actually
clear
the weather
skies.
that I ordered for last year, but it didn't. Last year was a little hot for me.
It was,
It was beautiful, don't get me
Yes.
wrong, but I prefer a nice, cool, fall-like night like
You
we
got-
have here tonight.
You got to start ordering a year in advance for the weather.
Yes, absolutely. Or else you'll never, it's like getting your kid into preschool.
Year in advance.
No more than that.
Is Jimmy RcCoy leading off. UMass Lowell High School. A lot of good ball players, UMass Lowell too. That's a school that you don't hear a lot about, but great hockey program.
I was going to say great hockey.
Yeah.
A well-known hockey program,
And,
but also a great baseball program.
Baseball's coming up. Girls soccer always does well there too.
I imagine that you're a UMass Lowell girls soccer fan.
I'm just a
Fan of soccer
I'm
in
a fan
general.
of soccer. Well, yeah,
Or girls
so
in general. Put them together, and how can he resist?
Back to the box with Phillips. Going to toss it over and down.
Underhand toss.
This is the catcher, Dan Findlay.
There's Dan Finley now. He's behind the plate tonight.
Yep. Right now he's on the side of the plate.
Switching it up,
As you can tell, St. Peter's Field's in beautiful shape. in there for strike.
Well, it's very nice to be here. Let me just say again, you know.
Yep.
And when I say again, I mean it's nice
is
to
our-
be here another year.
This is our 10th year, Brownie. If you can believe it.
It's beautiful.
Coming our way? No.
To my friends watching in California, I send my love.
We've got fans worldwide.
I know, but you know, there's
Just
I can only tend to my phone, you know.
0-2. Phillips trying to bust him in on the inside.
Beautiful
Does it.
pitch.
Nice pitch.
No pepper.
2 down. For Tommy Haw.
Baseman Tommy Howe now batting.
And over Bentley grad. Tommy's been here for a few years, playing an old-time baseball game.
You're correct. Every year it grows. You know, just you can measuring year to year, both financially and also.
Every
It just seems like there's a little bit more. I don't know, something new and exciting every year.
every year it raises more money for whatever cause we do. It just seems to grow. This year, I know where the National Technical Institute for the Deaf gets funded and helped, it's federally funded. They're going to match every donation dollar for dollar tonight. So you're talking some
Serious money,
serious money.
doing a lot of good.
Yes.
Yeah, for a great cause.
Just missing a little bit low.
James is from Rhode Island.
We won't hold that against them.
That's why he says cause.
Well, we might have some
That's tough.
we might have some Narragansett after the game waiting for us.
Oh yes, yes,
Is there a
Wow,
sponsor
back.
here somewhere?
yes.
Yeah, they
they're
always-
against it.
Alright.
Yep, they always help out every year. Yeah, like we said, there's just tons of sponsors.
They help me out every year.
1-2 to Tommy Haw. Fair ball, a little bit high. Didn't bite.
1 ball, 3 strikes.
How about that uniform by the pitcher, huh?
Yep, the Oshkosh Giants.
He looks like he's a milkman.
He does look like a milkman. He looks like Harry Hood.
Now, last year, like you said, all these uniforms are flannel, which aren't conducive to warm weather. I mean,
No.
last year, these guys were sweating. It was hot. And,
Yeah, that's got to be pretty toasty in those.
yep. A little bit more comfortable this year for these guys.
Drives it deep into center field. And
Nice diving catch. Can't come up with it.
just a little, almost made the snow cone catch. Just bounced out the end of his glove. And we have
Base hit. Now batting the left field.
that will be ruled as a base hit. And we have a man at first.
It would have been a heck of a grab if he ended up getting it.
Got a good read on it. Just ran out of room. Just didn't have enough legs coming in to grab it. Hit him in the glove. Just bounced out. There's Steve Gath. Reading and Bentley University.
Ball 1 low in the dirt. Now, I believe the pitcher's uniform actually represents city of Oshkosh, not the actual. Ball's ripped
Second base. Nice force out.
for the 3rd out.
2 complete here at St. Peter's Field in Cambridge. No score. We're rolling right along.
My son wears the Oshkosh bagosh,
Gosh, yes. Not to be confused.
but I don't think this is bagoshing us.
No.
Check the whiteboard.
I thought
Hey.
you wore that, Carmine.
The bagosh?
Yeah.
I've worn it. You know, we go out together.
Third inning will be sponsored
Maybe 40
by
years
Bill
ago.
and Ellen Marr.
30.
I wasn't alive
Sorry.
yet.
30.
That's all right. That's all right. 30 years ago. Yes.
Come to the top of the 3rd inning. No,
No
score.
wind.
and-
No wind if you look out at the flag.
No, perfect night. I could smell a hamburger calling my name,
And
Brownie.
just enough wind that we can smell the hamburgers.
Yep.
It's nice to see a lot of the crew back again.
Yeah, everyone. Ben Weiss is to my left, and he'll be hopping on in a minute.
This is my favorite field in Boston.
Perfect.
I like this better than Fenway.
They do a great job here every year. And like we said, everybody here is donating their time and effort
at that.
and money. It's just the perfect. That's a beautiful shot right there of St. Peter's Field. The sunset right there.
I got a quiz for you, Mr. Carmine.
Okay.
You know this tune. It's another Duke Ellington tune, actually.
I can't hit up Shazam. No, I don't know. What is
It's
it?
called Don't Get Around Much Anymore. It's another old jazz standard.
That's
You'll
wonderful.
find it in your real book.
In your real book. This guy. Hello.
Welcome to the broadcast.
How's it going, fellas?
Great.
Good. Beautiful night, huh?
Certainly is. Certainly is. Couldn't have better weather.
We really couldn't.
Pitcher's duel so far.
Yep. We're stuck at 0-0, but I think a home run's coming up soon.
It was
I
awesome
can feel it in my bones.
seeing Jim Loudboard get out there and pitch. That was very exciting.
Yeah, I don't think he was expected to go the full inning, but he felt good and went the full one. So
His pitch count is much lower nowadays.
Seems to have gone down consistently over the years, then dropped off at one point.
makes sense to see Aiden Freeberg out here for the third, wearing our Kyle Yastrzemski uniform. He was warmed up, ready to go if Jim couldn't finish the first, and he was supposed to finish the first and go the second, but he doesn't have a pitch count here, so he's back out here for the third inning.
We got a foul ball right near us. Didn't
So-
hit anybody, so life is pretty good.
That's what I was saying before. We had something in years past for years, and they took it away this year. So watch out. Dribbler down the third base line, and he just can't get a hold of it. And that'll be ruled a
Good for
base
that young
hit.
man, digging that one
Nice
out.
hustle.
Yep.
Base hit.
Well, I'm not too worried about the protective netting, considering they call you Gold Glove Carmine.
Yeah. I have won the Gold Glove before.
Yeah.
Some nice hustle by Joe
3 years in a
Jacobs.
row, right? Two. Only two? Only two.
Some nice hustle by Joe Jacobs there down the line, wearing that Roy Campanella Baltimore Elite Giants uniform.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was cooking down the first base line.
Barehanded it. Just couldn't hold on to it. No error. That was a base hit for sure.
Another base hit, and we've got runners at first and second with no outs.
In
On
true
top
old,
of the third.
in true old-time style, that was the starting pitcher Blake Phillips there, wearing the replica dummy Hoy uniform that's new to the game this year due to the scholarship being endowed by the funds raised tonight. So
Oh, great. Wonderful.
all funds raised tonight are matched by a federal grant to the government, and it's going to endow a scholarship named in Dummy Hoy's name that will be granted to a resident of New England who's deaf or hard of hearing to attend the National Technical Institute for the Deaf at Rochester Institute of Technology next year. So we're really excited about this. It should set record fundraising levels because of the federal matching grant, and it's really something special to see, Skip Flanagan back. Yeah, Skip Flanagan up at bat again now, and really such a catalyst for everything that's happened
Sure.
with everything tonight. So fantastic young man right there,
Great.
wearing that Ted Williams uniform.
From Framingham. Inside ball, too. Just close.
Nice pitch.
Good pitch. Strike 2 and 2. We've got runners at first and second, top of the third.
In a tied game, 0-0. On a beautiful night here in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Ooh, fastball. Strike 3. That was a great pitch. Strong. Seems to be getting stronger as this game goes on. That was a Bill Ricca fastball.
That's that Bill Ricca fastball coming right out.
Coming at you. This is a great matchup right here.
Sam Shaughnessy at the plate now is effectively the elder statesman of this game, playing his 11th old-time baseball game tonight, making him the only player who's played in half of the games that have ever been played. So,
Wow, great stat. Watch this kid unload. Sam's quite a hitter. Ooh, that was his pitch.
He put a charge into that one too.
1 ball,
Pitcher
1
got it by
strike.
him. That Bill Ricca pitcher, huh?
Dan Shaughnessy. Always a fixture at this game.
Dan's been a friend for a while and had a great piece in the Globe the other day promoting the game, so really appreciative for all he's done to help the cause.
Thank you, Jane.
There it is. Ooh. Looks like we're going to have a play at the plate. Oh, back to second. They've got him in a pickle.
Will they get him at home?
Just can't quite hold on to it. That was 1 out, no runs scored. 1 run scored.
So Jacobs comes home to score the first run of the game. Looks like that was Phillips that was caught between second and short, or short and third, sorry. And
Now batting Steven Sauter, the catcher.
A little replay here. Makes a nice throw.
tough angle taken by Cam Monagle in center field.
Comes in strong, swing, fastball. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And we finally have a score, 1-0.
Popped up.
Along the third base line, he's going to field it.
The baseman's got it. On to the bottom of the third. But a run comes in.
For the Abbott Angels.
We're up 1-0 against the...
That was for the Anderegg family has the 1-0 lead, and Cam Monagle, the center fielder. Well, Cam Monagle, the center fielder who made that play, is going to have a chance to redeem himself leading off this next inning.
You can't argue with the facts, you know?
You really can't.
Defensively for the road team, Kyle Gum will be playing left field. And the new pitcher is Paul Cavelli.
So, James, you're about to become a new resident of the Boston area. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
That's great.
Yep, just moving to Fenway now. Beautiful area. I work at Boston Children's Hospital.
And what do you do there?
I'm a therapist there, a music therapist.
Oh, very nice.
Part of the music therapy team. We have 4 music therapists at Boston Children's. We work all over the hospital, inpatient, outpatient.
Leading off the bottom
It's
of
a
the third
it's a
inning will be
wonderful
Cam
wonderful
Lund
job,
for
wonderful
the home
career,
team.
and wonderful place to be.
That's great. You also work with Jimmy Fund?
Yeah, I did some work at the Jimmy Fund, filling in for Kate Egan, who was the music therapist at Jimmy Fund. She was on maternity leave.
Mm.
But I just got on full-time at Children's.
Oh,
I'm going
that's
to be
nice.
40 hours at Children's, staying busy at Boston Children's. But
Well,
it's a great
we
place to
thank you
be.
for your work.
Oh, it's a wonderful place to be. I'm just part of a team that's absolutely fantastic there. So it's a wonderful opportunity.
Did you get to walk around with a guitar all day?
I do, yes. I play guitar for maybe 4 hours a day.
That's
That's it.
wonderful. Oh, it's all coming together now. I understand.
Yep. Yeah, we do a whole lot of different things in music therapy. We work on physiologic goals, reducing heart rate, increasing oxygen saturation, neurologic rehabilitation, communication-based goals. But at the end of the day, we just like to make the kids happy too.
Sure.
So we have a
Providing
wonderful range of goals and activities we work on. But we love being part of the team that sees the kids happy and brings the kids happiness and joy in the hospital.
Sure. It's got to be a very rewarding day for sure.
Yeah,
So-
it's wonderful. It's wonderful work.
Which I would love to hear more about later as we go to the bottom of the third. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dribbler along the first base line. First baseman will take it for the first out.
Pinch hitting for the pitcher is Mike King.
Good series of pitches by the pitcher there. Is he from Billerica, by any chance?
I don't think he is actually from Oregon.
The new
It's
pitcher
surprising.
here is Paul Covelli from Medford and Franklin Pierce University.
Oh, wonderful.
Franklin Pierce. Is that Rhode Island?
No,
Connecticut?
maybe.
Okay. It's a lot of questions. Another fastball brings the count to 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in the bottom of the third. 1-0 ball game. It's a little low. Ball 2. This kid from Medford's got heat. Which reminds me of my favorite uniform, the Fuegos. Right here.
Yeah, the one with the yellow and green.
Yeah, it's great.
It's like that Dijon mustard type yellow. Neat color. Very neat color.
It actually is. The Dijon mustard reference. Hey, I know. Why would he just say it, right? If he didn't mean it.
Cienfuegos Elefantes is a Cuban team that Louis Tiant's father played for. Louis Tiant Sr. played, so really
Wow.
quite the team they were down there with the talent they had.
I went to the Baseball Hall of Fame last year. This year, whatever, for the very first time. And it was interesting to see a lot of these uniforms. I guess for the second time. Been to the Hall of Fame?
No, I would love to go though.
How about the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield? You been to that?
No, nope. Again, would love to go. It's definitely on my to-do list though.
So take out the trash, move, And then basketball Hall of Fame or baseball?
Do laundry is just right before that, but
Gotcha.
that's certainly
Max
on the
Burt,
list.
infielder. He's going to dribble one down to the shortstop, who makes the double play. Throw to first, double play. And
Great play by the shortstop there. Super play.
6-3, right? 6-3 double play? I should know
Maybe
this.
7-4.
I'm going to keep losing if you keep playing this game, just so you know.
The pitcher for the visiting team taking the mound will be Brian Sheridan. The fourth inning of tonight's game is sponsored by KKM. Auction items will be available until the
This footage was taken earlier tonight by the CTN drone. Very exciting.
Displayed on the whiteboard, winning tickets every half inning.
Thanks to the guys back in the truck. You're doing a great job tonight. Fantastic.
Tonight you have a chance to learn more about
You're all real
By
professionals.
purchasing a DVD copy of
And I
the
mean that.
award-winning film, I See the Crowd Roar, narrated by Emmy Award sports commentator Roy Firestone.
Brian Sheridan, the new pitcher, is one of the 6 deaf and hard of hearing players in tonight's game. The teammate of Skip Flanagan's at the Rochester Institute of Technology.
Also, as we mentioned, David Ostrowski's book, Game Over or Game On, detailing the life of athletes after the end of their sports careers.
Eddie Basile on our missing persons list.
I think he was grabbing a bite to eat.
Well, that would explain where he's been for the last 3 innings.
You did say something about a hamburger, huh?
Yes.
It was calling his name, if I remember correctly.
Eddie.
Eddie. It's a hamburger.
So tell us about this pitcher's uniform here as we start the bottom of the 4th.
The old Brooklyn Dodgers uniform from, I believe, we're looking from the 1930s. Fred Frankhouse, a team that was managed by Casey Stengel, old Yankee manager. So it's one that gets used fairly often. It's a little bit in the smaller side. We had a bunch of new uniforms added about 5 or 6 years ago that were of the larger size. As the one that Paul Covelli wore last inning, the Wichita Fall Spudders, is a little bigger, but this is it's a nice one with the pinstripe, as a lot of them were, and they're all wool, so they're thankful that it's only in probably the low 70s right now.
High pop-up. Lou Merlone takes it. 1 away, top of the 4th. Lou showing that he's still got it out there.
Sweet Lou.
Josh Klimkowitz.
He's still got it.
Okay.
Strong pitch by Sheridan there. Looks like a 1-1 count.
Top of the 4th. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1-0.
When I spoke to Josh Klimkowitz, the batter here, back in May, explaining he was a selection for the Montalbano Award, I said, "Are you in baseball shape?"
Yeah.
He said, "Not yet, but I got 3 months to get ready. Thanks for the call now." Josh played over at Harvard under the late Joe Walsh. Joe was also a very good friend of this game many years. A little bit of a pro career in El Paso, Texas, and is a commercial real estate right now.
Big cut. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
2-2, 1 out, top of the 4th. And the pitch.
Ball 4.
Oh, ball 4.
for getting ahead of him.
Gentlemen, the batter
He ends up walking him.
batting sixth is Darren Hartwell. Mark Boland is pitch running for Josh Klinkowitz and will take his place at first base.
So after the walk, we just hear that Josh Klunkowitz is sitting down for the night. Mark Boland, an infielder from Salve Regina University, is pinch running for him.
Salve Regina University down in Newport, Rhode Island.
Tough day for Hartwell so far. Had a tough play in center and looked like he had a hard time picking up that pitch from the lefty.
And the pitch.
Catherine Murphy, could you please come to the scorer's table? Catherine
Foul ball.
Murphy.
Just got a piece of it.
Staying alive, 0-2.
That's the actual Chicago Cubs uniform that Lenny Marullo wore in an old-timers game for the Cubs back in 1969. And as you may have heard from the pregame program, Lenny passed away earlier this year, another longtime friend of the game.
Another foul ball. Count remains. No balls, 2 strikes. Ooh.
Oh, and he got a good piece of it.
Deep into right field.
Right fielder's back. He's got it.
And he will make the catch for the second out. But he finally got a nice pitch to swing.
Victor Cusio.
And he hit the heck out of the ball. It's deep. What is
Yeah.
that, Mark? What is the 320, 330 out there?
320 on the line.
Yep, he got the right pitch, but he was short by about maybe 10,
10 feet.
15 feet.
Fouled back. Strike 1. Hector Coso.
We got 2 outs and a man on first, 1 strike.
Could you tell me about the uniform he's wearing?
Yeah, no pressure on Hector, but that was one that Jimmy Fox wore for the Red Sox back in '38 when he had 50 home runs and 175 RBIs and a .349 batting average. So
A little bit of pressure.
just a little bit. That home run record stood until David Ortiz broke it 9 years ago, 2006.
Maybe he's got a little Jimmy Fox on him.
Sure, he's hoping so.
349, did you say?
349. I was more shocked by the 175 RBIs.
I know. It's
That's
great
tremendous.
numbers.
That's baseball 1938 for you.
When did that jersey enter the game?
It's one of our originals that was purchased as part of the initial run back in 1998. It was about 45 that were purchased initially. They were underwritten by a generous donor. And over the course of the years, we've added small bunches here and there, sometimes individual ones, sometimes 8 or 9. But 65.
With a
Struck out
change-up.
looking.
You said there's 65 total?
About 60, 65 uniforms total. Maybe even closer to 70 by the time we get to the end.
And what did you start with initial?
About 45 or so was the initial, and then we've been fortunate that not many have become damaged too much. It's all been repairable, but as players have grown over the years,
Right. You have to
we've
find
had
new
to-
players to fit them.
we've had to expand the size ranges, and there's certainly some that are probably close to being basically reserved for bat boys, given
sure.
the size.
And how many new uniforms this year?
Now
There's
pitching,
really only
Ryan Cavelli.
one really is the dummy Hoy uniform, which is on loan to us, which the starter Blake Phillips wore, and Jim Lomborg provided his own that he got during the 100th anniversary celebration at Fenway. So
Dynamite.
yeah,
Beautiful.
really is something nice.
Well, here we are. Top of the 4th? Bottom of the 4th?
Bottom of the 4th.
Bottom of the 4th. 1-0 game.
Looks like a new pitcher Paul Covelli's brother, Ryan Covelli, also from Medford and Franklin Pierce University, wearing the number that Lenny Marullo actually wore when he played, number 21.
Oh, wow.
He will pitch to Anthony Mazzelli, the second baseman, in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Eddie, how was dinner?
It was the hamburger was excellent.
Eastern State was a fantastic job.
They do a great job. Great. And hot dogs and popcorn. It was a feast. Low scoring game, Ben. 1-0. Bottom of the fourth.
Pitcher's duel, a little bit of shaky defense at times, but it's been a good one so
Saw
far.
a nice double play turn there
Oh, yeah. Great job.
inning before.
Yep.
Talking about perfect night, perfect weather tonight.
Most certainly. Oh,
There was that hard hit ball to right field too, that almost got out.
It's a rip to right field. Didn't have for a base hit.
Anthony Mazzelli keeping the Boston College pride alive here with a nice hit there.
A lot of BC represented and Bentley too this year. I noticed.
Yes, I think we set a record with BC last year with Pete Frates
Yeah.
and everyone there. But no, it certainly has done well. And Coach Gambino over at BC has always been great about supporting us and providing us with some great talent. And a lot of the schools around the area, excuse me, Bentley and Northeastern and Tufts have always been great supporters.
Yep.
And, it's see what Luke can do here. Steps in.
Healthy cut. He's got the 1890 Boston Bean Eaters.
He's the only person to ever wear that uniform.
Is this his what, fifth? Is it? I'm guessing his fifth.
That sounds about right, but can take a quick check on that.
Little brush back pitch there.
Try his eighth.
Eighth. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice touch by Lou to run out in their introductions with his son.
Yes.
I know that he was on the air earlier today with Christian Fourier, and Steve Buckley was on the air promoting the game and getting some fans down here. So, a lot of our players who have relatives or are part of the media themselves have been great about getting the promotion out there. As Lou is still hanging in tough there.
Yeah, we saw earlier tonight. We were talking about it was early and it wasn't quite as full as we thought it would be. Then all of a sudden it just filled right up.
Yeah.
Both baselines. So it's another great crowd tonight.
Yeah, great crowd.
Full count on Lou.
Oh, and he's going, but we got a pop up.
I don't think anyone saw it with that one. It actually just landed 20 feet to the right of home plate. It was playable. No one seemed to track that one.
Looked like Mark Boland had it, but the lights are so bright here, he may have lost it there
Yeah.
as it was coming down.
Now, who's at third base umpiring there, Ben?
That looks like Roger Morrison.
Okay.
And Roger is in his 19th year umpiring this
Wow.
game.
But he's not the veteran, right?
Uh,
he's not the oldest.
Biggers behind the plate.
Or is he?
I think he is. He is.
That's right.
He is the
19 years,
longest
yep.
tenured
Tenured.
umpire in this crew. There's most of the umpires here actually, as we have looks like Lou worked a walk here.
Walk. Yep. Good job.
The umpires actually donate to umpire in the game.
Yep.
So it's the fixed donation every year, and they're more than happy to do it. And Roger and newly installed crew chief Dave Tresca. Dave's been here. This is his 9th year, but he's taken over as crew chief this year, and they do a fantastic job. They really do. Jimmy Rykoy at the plate. Snuck through.
Yep. Made it through.
And we got bases
Bases
juice
loaded now.
with no outs.
Jimmy's a great story because he came to us last year and said, "Hey, can I wear one of those Cubans uniforms? I got Cuban heritage. And, you know, when players are that forthright with things like that, we're more than happy to accommodate.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. There's really a story behind every uniform
Yeah.
with some of the players that have been here for a couple of years.
Some certainly go further back than others, and we can talk about them when they make their appearance.
Yep.
But there's always a unique story on almost every single one.
George Crowley is now batting.
George Crowley's taking over for Danny Finley behind the plate. Crowley from Babson College in Somerville, 6'1", 190.
Just missing outside. Always a good baseball program at Babson.
Yeah.
Always just a steady program every year, putting out good players.
Yeah, Coach Noon does a great job over there. Someone else who's been a big supporter over time.
This is outside. Working the outside corner, 2-1 now. Bases loaded, no out, bottom of the fourth.
Just needs to make contact here with no outs.
Corners are in. Middle is back, so they'll go for the double play in the middle. Corners will probably come home. Try to cut the run down.
Looks like that's a new catcher behind the plate too. I think that's Jeff Viggers with a nice pick there.
And he's going to walk one in.
Walked one in. Score is now tied. Still no outs. Just pounded that strike zone a little bit too low.
One of those Bentley guys you talked about, Eddie.
Yeah.
Tommy Hawk comes up, and Tommy's actually, you may remember back to 2012 when Ben Charrington was here and presented Pete with that number 3 jersey.
Yep.
That's what Tommy's wearing tonight. Another one of those stories.
That's
As another run comes in, where someone who is connected to Pete will always wear that jersey.
Force out at second base for the first out of the inning. Yeah, like you just said, so that jersey is going to be put aside just for BC players or BC alumni.
Either that or a
BC
friend of Pete.
Up front, yep.
You know, because Tommy's a Bentley guy, so, and Steve Gath, another one of Pete's good friends, who's been continuing to play and help support causes here. Montreal Royals jersey by Gath, Jackie Robinson when he played in the minors.
Now I saw a couple new ones, and I asked you about them. They were new, but you said they actually weren't pulled out and used.
Yeah, I was saying before while you were having some dinner, as we see Steve here at 6'1", 195, that you know, it sort of goes in a bit of a cyclical basis where you have smaller players and then bigger players, and then all the testing now, I guess, is some smaller players coming in now. So you know, you sort of work through some of the uniforms, but you try and make sure that you get some of the really nice ones out there. So these are designed at the time to be baggy.
Right.
What they were back then. So as long as the players can move, it won't be typically what they wear.
And like you said, too, each uniform is unique in its own and its own sizing, too. So obviously, a bigger guy can't wear the smaller uniform and vice versa.
No, and we'll probably see a pinch running appearance by Lindsay Berra later, and there aren't many people who can wear the uniform that she's wearing right now. So
another walk.
Gath works a walk.
Nice.
It does look like there's some action in the bullpen.
I was just going to say, yep, the turn around the bullpen now.
We got bases loaded again. One down.
Only one out, yeah.
2 runs already in this inning. Nice stop. Not a lot of room behind the backstop, though, so if one does get back there, I think he'd be okay.
I'd have to think that Cam Monagle right now is someone who is very anxious to make some contact after being the reason why the first run scored for the other team with that play in center field.
Yeah.
Cam actually started as a bat boy for us. He's now in high school and is actually playing. Yeah. Oh, that's Dylan Hayes instead of Cam.
Yep.
Check that. No? Based on my uniform sheet, that should be canned. But unless they changed it, didn't tell me.
We talked about that. What happened last year, huh?
That was unique. There was a lot of friends of Pete last year.
Yep.
And Cam Monagle is at the plate now. So certainly one of those things where there are people getting into the game last year that we didn't really expect. There's a snap throw to third. Rykoy is safe.
Yeah.
Rykoy was a little bit far off the bag there.
Yep.
It was a great throw by the catcher, too. Wasn't able to get him.
Trying to get the pitcher to calm down here. Ryan Crivelli's struggling some, but catcher's trying to keep him calm.
Just missing. That looked like a nice pitch on the inside corner.
And we got full count with the bases loaded, 1 out.
Still has the corners in, and the middle gonna roll a 2 up the middle if it has to.
Oh, and he got him.
Got him swinging.
Pinch hitting, Brian Mulvey.
Now, how many players on each total roster? About, was it 28 to 30?
It's in the 25 to 27 range. It actually looks like James Mulry's pinch hitting. And James is a pitcher for Northeastern. And someone who...
and he managed to get a good piece.
1 run is in.
We would have had James actually pitch, but he's been requested to be shut down by Coach Glavin after a busy summer. But a big RBI by him there.
Run for James Mulvey.
We got a pinch runner. Oh, is that?
Got a shot at first base.
I think that might be Lindsey Barra pinch running here.
Yep, it looks like, yep. We can get a shot at first base. Missing inside. That's Lindsay's our first female ball player. There she is. This is her second year, right?
No, that's not. That is Joe Murphy. That is 13-year-old Joe Murphy, the son of Brian Murphy, the Cambridge.
And another good piece.
The Cambridge politician who
It's
passed
over the
away
head
earlier
of
this year.
left fielder.
1 run is in, 2 runs in.
And we might have...
He's going to hold him at third.
It's a great story. Brian Murphy, a Cambridge politician, passed away earlier this year and was someone who was a strong supporter of the game. And one of the things that we tried to do to honor Brian's memory was to invite his son Joe, who's 13, to participate this year in pinch run. And pretty heads-up play by him. So nice to see the kid having some fun.
Yep. He's at third base now with 2 outs.
And we've suddenly had an offensive explosion here.
Couple of walks didn't help. Two down, second and third now. 5 runs already in for the Abbott Angels. Missing the, gave him the strike low there, 1-1.
At this point, they've batted around as Maselli led off the inning. And here he is again.
And we talked about that before the game too, with the number of pitchers each team has. So it's going to come down a little bit of coaching now too.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Unfortunately, there's a coach on each team who's a former hurler who can jump in and pitch if they need to.
I talked to Coach Oz before the game. I said, the rumor is you might be having to throw an inning or two. And he's like, I don't know. So. Maselli led off the inning. Inside strike, nice pitch. 2-2. 2 outs, 2 on in the 4th. Drops the deuce on him, gets out of it.
Great
nice
pitch.
Yeah, great pitch. But the Abbott Angels put up a crooked number and a 5. After 4 complete, 5-1 here at St. Peter's Field.
And there goes the drone.
We get a drone. Look at that.
Very impressive.
Why isn't there a camera on that, though? That's what I want to know. Ooh, we do have a camera on that.
and we're going to get the footage next inning.
Nice.
I was standing behind the plate earlier when it was running in pregame, and the comments were interesting. People weren't sure what to make. They're like, "Is this ours? Is it from the broadcast? Is it someone who shouldn't be here?"
Very nice. Some nice shots from there.
Ian Evans.
This is that point of the game where it gets a little tricky from the scorer sheet because the substitutions come fast and furious here.
Like we said, we've got 27 to 28 players, and everyone gets in. Everybody plays.
As long as they're physically capable, they do. Every once in a while, there's a player who maybe got hurt in his intercity league playoff game, but still wanted to come for the uniform and participate because he was supposed to be part of it. So it happens once in a while.
Yep.
Greg Montalbano was a great example of that when he threw out the first pitch in '97. He was supposed to play, but was going through his treatment and wasn't able to, so threw the first pitch out. So.
Yeah, let's see what we got for the.
Wow.
Who's controlling that? That's Dan on the control now. Look at that, the camera, so he can see.
That's pretty impressive.
Dan, you got to move your hat.
Yeah, turn your head around, Dan. Where is he? That's amazing.
That's good stuff.
Dan seems like a capable driver right now.
He's doing it.
Pirates. He will lead off the 5th inning pitching to Joe Jacobs.
It'd be great if Dan can get a view of the bullpen, see who's warming up.
Oh, we're coming down to land.
Wow. Pretty neat.
Yeah,
Well-
that is pretty cool.
For sure, Eddie, I don't think we would have expected 10 years ago to start doing a webcast on this. If we had said at that point that we'd have a drone, they may have thrown us out of here.
Okay, so here's the footage of it. No, that's it. That's landing right there. I like it.
Let's see.
There we go, top of the 5th. That's almost as good as the dog we had with the frisbees from the Little Spinners.
Yes.
Is he here this year?
They are not here this year. They just finished a 10-game homestand yesterday, and it's been a lot for them. So it's unfortunate. It's hard with the scheduling, but we try to avoid nights they play. But
Yep.
we have a new pitcher here, Ian Evans from Gallaudet University, one of the other deaf and hard of hearing players here. And it's really cool to have 4 from Gallaudet and 2 from RIT, and seeing the way they communicate. And I don't know if you guys saw in the beginning, but they instructed everyone how to cheer.
Yes. Yep.
And I said to some people, this may be the quietest crowd we have because of that kind of cheering. So
2-0.
Joe Jacobs from Emerson started the rally last inning with the single, and he scored that first run for the Anderegg family.
Sure, little butterflies for these guys. First time out. 4-pitch walk with Joe Jacobs. Emerson College, another good little program too. Emerson's has got some nice little program.
Great school.
Looks like some confusion on the visiting bench as they're trying to see who the pinch hitter is going to be for the pitcher who was in, unless Ryan Covelli is going back out for another inning and they're trying to wrangle him. No, it looks like they're wait to see who the batter is here.
Jim Ladenborg did a great job first inning.
As I said, they didn't expect him to go the full one. I think he had about a 15 or 20 pitch limit, and he did quite well.
Yeah, once he get going, he couldn't stop. He did a great job.
Looks like Ryan Covelli has been found, and he's taking a few hacks ready to get into the batter's box. He still may not come up for the next inning, but he's going to get his at bat.
Like we said, it's just a fluid situation with the lineup, just to get everybody in. And like you said, it's how you feeling, who's hurt, who's not hurt, who played recently. Because we get a lot of intercity league players too that come and play here.
Yeah, it's really great with both the intercity and the Yawkey League, who arrange their playoff schedule around this night, and they both make sure to take it off, and they understand the importance of the game and what it means to their players to play in the game.
So rip the center
nice
field. It's going to drop in there for a base hit, but they got the force at second. Yes.
Ooh,
great
nice play.
Yep. He had to hold up to see if it was going to be caught.
A strange 8-4 score for those, or is it 8-6?
8-6, so the put out on that. Caught in the middle there was.
We got a replay right here. Just dropped in.
Nice heads-up play by the center fielder.
Center fielder was Lionel Danielson, it looks like, from UMass Boston. Heads-up play. Skip Flanagan steps in.
The batter is Skip Flanagan.
Now Skip too also is he was him and Jim Lonborg had a little
They go back about 10, 15
Little
years
history.
with their relationship.
Yep.
And, the request was that Skip wanted to have a chance to face Jim, so that's why Skip is wearing a home uniform on the road team. A little confusing for the viewers at home.
Yep. I think Skip singled off him too, didn't he? Start the game?
Believe so, yeah.
Nice stop.
Skip graduated RIT this year and played a little bit for the old Orchard Beach Surge of the Independent League this summer. And he got invited out to a tryout camp on the West Coast coming up soon.
Great.
So best of luck to Skip.
Missing inside draws the walk.
I have to check, but we may have a record for walks tonight in this game.
Now batting Kyle Gunn.
I'll be remiss if I didn't send our well wishes to Dave McKay of the Hockey League over
Yes.
there, as he's rehabbing and, as we said, a good friend and someone who we want to make sure knows we're thinking about him tonight.
Kyle is wearing the uniform of the 1954 Roswell Rockets.
Interesting scenario here where you have teammates facing each other from school. Ian Ayers on the mound and Kyle Gum, also from Gallaudet University, is at the plate now, wearing the Roswell Rockets uniform.
Pop
Probably-
straight up.
Two down.
Now batting is Jeff Biggers.
It's nice watching him communicate with his infielders too. How he's got to do it. Mostly through hand communication.
It's amazing how fast people pick it up.
Yeah.
Jeff Viggers steps in.
Another nice stop behind the plate.
Viggers had a good one last inning. The Bryant University catcher is representing his school well.
Joe Biggers is wearing the 1957 Boston Braves uniform
No.
of Warren Spahn.
That is Warren Spahn's Milwaukee Braves uniform from 1957 that Viggers is wearing. It's one of those, Eddie, that doesn't always get used a lot,
I was gonna say, yeah.
but has been in the collection for a while. And Jeff is 5'11", 180, and a lot of the catchers we've had in the past have been a bit bigger than that.
Yep.
So it's not a uniform that a catcher wears normally. He stands in with runners on first and second.
A pickoff play on. Almost got him.
Joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is the city's most senior elected official, the dean of the school committee, Fred Fantini.
2 down, 2 on. Top of the 5th. In there for a strike. How many? We'll talk about this between innings about how many total uniforms.
It's
We
north.
have-
It's north of 60 right now. I think it's in
wow.
the 65 area, but the Dummy Hoy one that's being used tonight's on loan. So
Okay, yep.
that's a
Step off, nothing going on.
Evans has pitched well so far.
Get the curveball working. Take it
First
He
baseman.
got him at first.
Yep, assisted at first, though. Able to get out of the inning with no damage. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, 5-1. Abbott Angels in the lead. As we said, it was close to 65.
Somewhere in
different
there, yeah.
uniforms. Wow.
And some have been relegated to basically bat boy use because they're so small, or someone like
Yep.
Lindsey Berra when she makes an appearance.
Right.
Not many people can still wear that. The uniform that Mike Timlin wore last year is in the inventory, so
Yep.
it takes a specially tall person to wear that one.
Right.
Um, you know, and there are some that are just overall bigger uniforms where you're going to have someone who's, you know, 6'4", 250, being comfortable in it.
Like Klimkevich is a big kid, so.
Yeah, well, you know, it's. Here comes some drone footage, it sounds like.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
A little spooky next to the full moon there. Wow.
Wow,
All right.
great view.
Wow.
Great
Is that a-
view of the field.
Is that a postcard? It just illustrates how beautifully manicured this field
Yeah.
is and how Keith Fay and the Danahy Park team do just
They do.
tremendous job for us.
Awesome job. Awesome job.
Incredibly spoiled, but Keith, Paul Ryder, Bob O'Loughlin, who's running parking for us tonight, just fantastic work. It's gorgeous.
Look at that shot. Wow. That's amazing.
It's really nice to see the different levels of technology coming on. Really is something else. We had 6,000 hits on the website yesterday
You
alone.
were saying that, yeah, on the Oldtime
Yeah.
baseball website.
There's a lot of traffic with we put parking maps up there for the first time
saw
this year,
that, yeah.
which is a big
that
thing.
was great, yeah.
People have driven by and not found parking before and have left. Obviously, we're pushing the link for this broadcast tonight,
Yep.
and that's something that hopefully got a lot. And you know, we'll see. I mean, it's really exciting to see that kind of attention so far. And you know, our team of people has been doing a great job with the Twitter handle and the Facebook page. So please like us on Facebook to get more information on the game as it goes forward. New charities announced.
Yep.
It's another way for people to say, "Hey, can I play?" It's amazing how you get people, but you know, we looks like we got some new people coming in here.
There's another shot from the drone.
Beautiful.
As you can see, this field is basically tucked into a little neighborhood. There's really nothing else around here. It's just houses and condos, and that is a baseball field.
Yeah, when I was making my way here, I didn't think there was going to be a baseball field. And I took a left, and then I saw a baseball
Yep.
field. It was
You look for the
amazing.
lights, and there you are.
Looks like Lou Merloni might be done for the evening, as a pinch hitter is Austin Maisel.
Ground ball to first base, gonna take it, flip over to the pitcher.
Maisel from Stoneham in the Belmont Hill School.
And we talk about the Belmont High School connection too.
Brendan Grant.
That uniform,
yes.
yeah, the Brendan Grant uniform.
It's not necessarily a uniform anymore, but there's always someone from Belmont High who will play. Brendan was selected posthumously to play in the game,
Yep.
and we've always had someone from Belmont High School every year. Jimmy Ryko is back up here, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Sean Smeglin from UMass Boston, I believe.
Foul back.
Yeah, 5'10", 180 from Wakefield. That Johnny Vandermeer uniform from the 1938 Cincinnati Reds. I believe he threw back-to-back no-nos that year. Yep, the only pitcher in Major League history to throw back-to-back no-hitters.
That's pretty amazing.
That's
You're lucky to throw one, and then
Yeah.
you throw two in back-to-back games. Strong eye by Ryko here. 1-2 count.
out to right field. Lazy fly ball put away. Talk about no hitters, and you talk about Nolan Ryan 7. Right, and then I think he had 8 or 9 one hitters on top of that, which was just mind blowing.
Catcher George Crowley comes up again.
Pounding that low outside corner for a strike. 2 down, bottom of the 5th.
Local kid, George from Somerville.
Right next door. Two and one.
George Crowley
Pop
is
up
wearing
back
the
and out of play.
uniform of Rogers,
We're 2-2, 2 outs.
That Baltimore Orioles uniform. Eddie, I know you're a fan.
Yes.
Evidenced by your hat.
Yeah.
Rogers Hornsby from 1939.
Ground ball to second base for the putout. Through the inning. 5 complete, 5-1.
Pitchers seem to have settled down
Yeah,
after a lot of walks there.
Yep. Well, I've got the Boog Powell, Brooks Robinson era,
Yeah.
which was
There.
one of my favorite teams growing up.
And we've talked about that on many occasions, and I think aside from the exception, which we saw Mike King with the nylon
Yes.
Pete
Yep.
Frady's uniform today, I think our oldest uniform in terms of years is from 1969. So
Right.
everything goes before that back to the 1800s. So it's right on the cusp of that period. But as we keep going into these things, it may actually get to the point of adding the 1970s uniforms now.
At some point, yeah, you got to bring out the Seattle Mariners, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
you
Seattle, because we have because Orazio is wearing the Seattle
Rogers got the
Pilots,
South- yeah.
Tommy
Yep.
Hopper uniform. It
Yep.
was just for 1 year.
So yeah, the Seattle Mariners and Toronto, maybe older Toronto Blue Jays, or this Baltimore Oriole one. So
Yeah. Looks like Ian Evans is coming back out for another inning. Threw well last inning.
yep.
Kid from Gallaudet, so nice to see him get an extra inning here, and it looks like moving right along.
Top of the 6th inning.
Trying to see if we're going to have a new batter here, but looks like we are.
As you said, this is a fluid situation.
That Cienfuegos Elefantes uniform is making its debut in the game right now.
You just love saying that. That's what
We were commenting on the Dijon mustardy color earlier when you were having dinner, so you missed that conversation. But it's certainly a nice uniform and something where we'll see the Brendan Grant connection here. Nick Call from Belmont High School.
as we said, is the Brendan Grant connection.
Yep. Nick Call, the infielder from Belmont High. Very excited when asked to play, and everyone, even as people are more farther removed from Brendan, they still understand
Yep.
what happened there and have an appreciation for it. I always wonder how a high school kid felt facing a college pitcher.
Oh, jeez. You think he's shaking in his boots a little bit?
It's one of the two, I think, harder adjustments in this game is high school kids facing college pitching and pitchers working with catchers never worked with before.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yep, certainly.
And the younger kids with the wooden bats.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good eye, though, by Call. 3-1 count here.
these are all wooden bats, which, ground ball to shortstop.
Strong play.
Digging hard, but he got him at first.
Which I am just a total fan of wooden bats. I mean, high school, college level, it should be used everywhere. Aluminum bats have
Yeah.
seen their day.
Maybe so, but the argument will be expense.
Yeah, but you know what a good aluminum bat costs now?
I do.
Upwards of upwards of $300, and that's just a decent one.
They don't break as often, though.
Yeah, but
Not how the game was meant to be played, though, for
No.
sure, and that's why we use wood here. And
yeah.
both our friends at the Cape Cod League and Louisville Slugger have been gracious over the years to help supply us with wooden bats. Mark Boland steps in.
Fouled off to the right.
Mark,
Now,
yeah, Mark lost that foul ball at first last inning after he came in for Josh Klunkowitz. But
we saw that one in the lights, and it just landed 20 feet from him. I don't think he saw it off the bat. I saw a lot of copper tone stuff here tonight too.
yeah, Coppertone and Bear and CVS, they're all part of one family of brands, and they donated a lot of promotional products for the players and little backpack, all that stuff in there.
Goodie bag,
So
yep.
it's always nice when companies like that see the opportunity to get in front of young consumers and allow us to make these guys feel more special.
Yeah, they come here and they get a nice little package waiting for them.
Yeah.
It's
3-1 count on Boland, who I was talking to Mark earlier. He's coaching some JV high school baseball now that he's graduated from Salve.
We got a good
right
piece
field.
on. Right fielder's way back, but he's got it.
on the warning track, but nice piece of hitting there.
I was rooting for him too. Salve kid. My mother teaches there.
Nice. Darren Hartwell steps back in. Poor guy's been misintroduced a couple times tonight, but
Well, they get it right.
he's fighting through it. Nice job, Glenn, getting that right this time.
It's going to go out the left field line drive. It's going to go over his head.
Over his head.
Nice poke by Hartwell. Takes two.
And he's going to hold up at 2.
Stand up 2-0 double for him. Nice piece of hitting there going the other way with power.
Trying to start a rally here as the Anderegg family is down 5-1 here.
Now batting Hector
Nice swing from the tall lefty.
Yeah. Last time Hector was up, we talked about the Jimmy Fox uniform he's wearing and the gaudy numbers that Double X had for the Red Sox that year. 50 home runs, 175 RBIs, a 349 batting average.
Wow.
No pressure, Hector.
That's like slow pitch. That's slow pitch softball numbers. Do you feel that's my question? Like when a player puts on a particular uniform, do you think they feel any pressure because of the uniform they're wearing, or the player represents?
Possibly. I think they sometimes feel some pride, and there have been some guys who've groaned when they see a Mickey Mantle jersey on their chair because they're diehard Red Sox fans. But those who appreciate the history of the game understand that while he was a Yankee, he was certainly one of the greats.
Yep.
But I think to a degree there probably is, as my family's waving by. Nice to see them make it out again.
Yep.
Evans stares down with a 1-2 count. Proccione looks in. In the
Another
dirt.
nice stop. He's been earning his money tonight behind the plate these last 2 innings.
All catchers have been doing really well tonight.
Yep. Now each team will carry 3 catchers, 2 to 3.
2 to 3. We had 3 definitely on the road team this year, and we only had 2 in the home team. But fortunately, player coach Dan Finley was a catcher in his day at Bowdoin, so Dan actually opened the game and caught Lomborg and caught the second inning. And when you're a player coach, you can start yourself like that.
Yep, absolutely. Lead yourself off and whatever you want.
Dan did the right thing after that, caught 2, I believe, and then let the other 2 catchers divide the game evenly. And nice stab at third.
Snag.
Max Burt, the Husky, with the flash in the leather.
6 complete, 5-1. Abbott Angels in the lead. We're moving right along now. And we get the drone going to go out again too.
Picking the pace up as the drone's about to take off. As we see the replay of that
Nice
stab by
snag.
Max Burt.
Nice snag.
Great
Max is, I
catch.
believe, entering his sophomore campaign for Mike Glavin down at Huntington Ave. And Max's dad, Bill, writes for the Lawrence Eagle Tribune and has been someone who's helped us before, too. So the media connections keep growing and growing here. There's between Max and Sam Shawnee, there's at least 2 sons of media scribes here.
Yep.
So
And Sean's been in this. This got to be his 4th or 5th year at least too, right?
who's that?
Sam Shaughnessy.
This is his 11th game, Eddie. He's played in half the
you
games so
kidding
far.
me?
No, I'm dead serious.
Oh my God! So he was playing.
He
before
started playing in high school.
In high school.
He started playing in high school, and he's played. And he played in 9. He played the year after he graduated from college, and came back last year as part of the Friends of Pete.
Yep.
And is continuing, I think, that representation. Plus the fact that, as I said during the opening ceremonies when presenting the award to Josh Klimkowitz, there are certain players who come across that just they get it.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
understand what this is about. They know that even though scouts are here, that they're not here to be seen. They're here to show a competitive game for the fans and raise money for a great charity, whatever it is of that night, NTID tonight, and others great in the past, and you know, you see people come and go, but there's that handful that just
It's a
it
core,
resonates
yeah.
with them, and
Yeah.
you know, some of them come back, and you know, Dan Finley and James Greeley, who are both player coaches now, guys who came back to us, said we want to help out. What can we do?
Right.
And that's a lot right there. Is a
Deep fly to center field.
deep fly to center field. Picked up action quickly there.
Yeah.
Looks like that was McDaniel Singleton who pinch hit for Tommy Haw there. Singleton gave it a ride.
Now batting Burton Beatty.
And the changes are a-coming as Burton Deedy from Bentley in Andover steps into the box now. Pinch hitting for Steve Gaff.
Pop straight up in the infield.
Caught by the pitcher.
2 quick outs. Another perfect night, too. This one, last year was a little bit warm, but
Little bit.
tonight was perfect.
The players aren't complaining about the wool uniforms right now. But we have another pinch hitter. And he came in defensively last inning, and Lionel Danielson from UMass Boston is at the plate now.
Now batting Lionel Daniels.
Fouled off the netting above home
Lionel
plate.
Danielson is wearing the 1920s Backrack Giants uniform.
As you can tell, these uniforms weren't built for fashion. I don't know what they were built for. They weren't really built for comfort or fashion.
Well, I mean, that may have been fashion in the 20s.
Well, I think there's some that are still fashionable right now.
Yeah, you know.
It all
yeah.
comes back eventually.
Cyclical, yeah, yeah.
You're cyclical.
Curveball, nice piece of hitting. Gonna find a hole.
Ground ball with eyes.
So, Bronny, what did you bid on? Now, there was plenty
I
of
bid
stuff
on
out
everything.
there.
I bid on everything.
Yeah.
I put a small bid on across the board. I bought some more raffle tickets.
All right.
I purchased this movie, which is the story of William Dummy Hoy. I See the Crowd Roar.
That's right, on DVD. Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yep.
Had a
And
showing of that last night, I believe.
How was
Yeah.
it?
I didn't get to make it there, but it was 45 minutes, and it's supposed to be fantastic.
Well, I just spoke with Paul Henderson, who was involved in the production of the movie, and it's quite a story.
Pickoff play at first. Safe.
For those who are interested in purchasing that, they can go to www.seethecrowdroar.com. All the proceeds go to the William Dummy Hoy Endowed Scholarship at NTID. So it's
And Danielson swiped second there.
Close play, but was able to sneak the foot in there. Now, that looks like an awesome video. We'll see that one again.
yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about it
Yeah,
later, but
definitely.
Great jump
quite a
by
story.
Danielson.
Yeah, he got a good jump on it.
Looks like another pinch hitter here. Ben Murphy is at the plate, wearing that Frank Robinson 1965 Cincinnati Reds uniform with the 3/4 sleeve undershirt.
As we said, cyclical. That came. Those shirts made a comeback last couple of years.
Yeah. He may actually take the mound next inning. He is a pitcher, so we'll see.
and in the mid to late 90s, or maybe
Yes.
mid 90s.
We all remember that well. Works a walk.
A little 2-out rally going on here for the Abbott Angels. How about bringing back the those Houston Astro jerseys that were probably
You talking
the
those
rainbow ones there with the 6
Yeah.
different colors? That would be something.
Didn't they wear them as a throwback day this year?
Yes, there's something to be said about, like, you know, the style of even the most loudest uniforms.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Max Burt's at the
They're
plate.
taking off. Double steal. No, delayed steal.
Danielson stole third, and it
And he didn't, yeah.
And the runner at first didn't quite get the memo.
Yep.
And he's out.
Oh.
Murphy, the pitcher there, got mixed up signals and got caught in a rundown between first and second. Looks like a 3-6-3 maybe on the out there, but that's the third out of the inning. As we see the pickle here, 3-6-1 actually for those scoring at home.
Our sponsor for the 7th inning is End-to-End Promotion.
And Ben Murphy is going to take the mound, as we suspected, after pinch hitting and getting caught in that rundown.
At the end of the 7th inning. Leading off the 7th inning will be Derek
Murphy at 6'0", 170 from Andover and Skidmore College will take the hill.
is on the mound.
As we talked about earlier, this is a time of lots of changes with substitutions, and we'll wait and see if we have any changes for the road team as they come to bat.
Now catching for the home team, Clifford Guerrero.
We have a new catcher for the home team here as Clifford Guerrero is behind the plate for Ben Murphy. Guerrero's from Cathedral High School. Young kid, built well, should have a good future ahead of him. Guerrero's wearing the St. Louis Browns uniform, number 5 of Vern Stevens, as Murphy warms up for this inning.
So we are actually joined right now by the producer. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Executive producer
Correct, executive producer.
of I See the Crowd Roar, Paul Henderson.
Correct.
Pleasure to have you here,
Thank you. All the way from Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Now, could you tell us a little about the story?
Yeah, we have a foundation called the Little Red Foundation, which is based out of Kansas, North Kansas City. And it was headed up by the chairman of the board, Joe Rayleigh, and his wife, Judy. And primarily it's an arm of the foundation that does, you might say, exciting documentary films primarily, showing that even the people that are challenged can make headway in whatever field they want to achieve. We have a film out of his cousin that ran around the world 25,000 miles over 6 continents, 5 years,
Wow.
with his wife following him on a motorcycle. And he literally is considered one of the world's greatest endurance athletes. His name is Serge Rayleigh out of Switzerland.
We have a pinch hitter here, Derek Pizarro from Curry College, wearing the Brooklyn Tip Tops from 1914-15. As Pino has a 1-0 count at this point.
So now, Paul, you were a baseball player yourself.
Yeah, I grew up with people like Sparky Anderson. I played high school ball with Larry Sherry, Jack Kemp. We all grew up together at a school called Fairfax High School. And I became very involved with the Little Red Foundation and the inspirational documentaries.
All
and
four in walking.
And we fortunately got to the family, gave us the rights. So we did this movie based on Dummy Hoy, and it's a DVD that really was narrated by an Emmy Award-winning
Now batting Sean Smeglin.
Roy Firestone.
Roy Firestone.
Yeah, Firestone.
And
sorry.
it's all about how he overcame his problems being
First
totally
pitch. I'm sorry. First pitch goes in for a strike. One strike. No balls, one strike.
Anyway, it goes back to he totally couldn't speak, couldn't hear, and his father was against him doing this, and it's all part of the film and the documentary, and it shows how he grew into becoming one of the great ball players. His records to this day still stand,
Sean Smeglin
and he was
is
noted
wearing
for
the
his
uniform
hand
that
signals.
Johnny Vandermeer
Oh, wow. I
He-
never even thought about that.
Yeah, well, he couldn't hear when the umpire said strike, so they had the manager
We're going to
waiting.
catch a replay here of that. You got a nice jump on the ball.
Stolen
and
base by
stole
Pizarro.
base. And was that a strikeout? No.
I think that was a ball. I think it should be a 1-0 count right now.
Right fielder Dylan Hayes, who was wearing Lou Gehrig's 1932 New York Yankees uniform.
The substitutions keep coming as Dylan Hayes will step in. Looks like Skip Flanagan's done for the night.
So,
So where I left off,
we had Dummy Hoy and the hand signals.
yeah, what happened was that
CTN drone. Yep.
the manager told the umpire when it was a strike, from now on just raise your right hand, and that way the manager could then hand signal. He would do signing, and Dummy would know whether it was a strike and a ball and what the count was. But he was well noted for his fielding. He was amazingly 5'4", if that. He weighed less than 150 pounds.
Fouled away over the right field.
And he threw out 3 guys in one game, single-handed, unassisted from center field at home plate, which is outrageous. And he still holds records to this day.
Yeah, I don't think, has that ever been done? No.
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 No. And his statistics are all part of this film. And he went on to, in fact, he hit, I think, the first or second American League home run when he was traded to the Chicago White Sox in 1901.
Now, if people are interested after the broadcast to pick up this DVD,
It's very simple. They can go on to www.ISeeTheCrowdRoar.com, and he can look at the news, the statistics, who our company is, and they can create a purchase over the internet.
mm-hmm.
But we also want to make it clear that if anyone has any foundations or fundraising, we could create a seamless way that they could purchase this over the internet and have the monies donated to their...
Looks like Dylan Hayes was hit by the pitch.
Now
Hayes,
batting
one of the hard of hearing
Joe.
and deaf players from Gallaudet University in the game, who now
We're going to get a
at first
replay
base.
here. Just brushed him. And
You mentioned Gallaudet University.
Yes.
They flew me up there. They're very interested in this project to raise money for their foundation. And their baseball field is called Hoy Field.
pop up to first baseman, and that's
Yeah.
for this.
The
Second out.
Former major leaguer Curtis Pride is the coach down at Gallaudet.
Yep.
Curtis had a small stint with the Red Sox here,
Yeah.
I believe,
Yeah.
among other teams.
He was a heck of a ball player.
Jeff Vickers is wearing the 1957 Milwaukee Braves uniform. of the Islands.
And again, all of this... Can I speak now?
Yeah, go right ahead. Of course.
All of this really is done through the Little Red Foundation, which is a terrific. What they do is build homes in third world countries, churches, school, hospitals for third world countries that have nothing. And that's pretty much what the Little Red Foundation is about. We've got, in fact, we have one coming out from Rome, Italy that we did on the Vatican called, we're the only company ever allowed inside the Vatican to shoot with the film crew.
Wow. That's
Never
excellent.
was anyone allowed to go in there.
Well, thank you very much for stopping by and telling us about this great documentary. I See the Crowd Roar, the story of William Dummy Hoy, and thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have
It
you.
was my pleasure. I appreciate you taking the time to invite me over here.
Thank you, Paul. Jeff Vickers swing, and it looks like gets its way through into right field.
You did great.
We'll have a run score here, as it looks like Dylan Hayes is going to cross. That looks to be a triple for Vickers. Or is that going to be a double and an error? Let's see what the final call is.
Now batting Nick Call.
Looks like that might have been a double and an error.
That play at third, yeah.
As Vickers ends up
Hey.
on third, and Hayes scores.
The elusive Eddie Basile returning back.
I went to check out the auction site, and some serious bids and some serious money going on there, which is just a win-win for everybody here.
Oh yeah, there's a few couples over there that have. I see the wives going, now you go over there and you bid that much for that one, and this is worth that. That's worth. So some. Yeah, this is the second run that came in on this replay here.
Looks like on the
pass.
Yeah, couldn't handle the throw in from right field. Just
One base on an overthrow.
foul off to the right side out of play.
Nick Call at the plate.
Is he wearing my? Yes, that's it. That is it. Could you tell me a little bit more about this uniform?
The Cienfuegos Elefantes, which is
Yes.
just so fun to say, which is
Yes.
the Cuban team where Louis Tion's dad, Louis Tion Sr., played for. And we talked before that Nick is the connection to Brendan Grant, as Brendan was a posthumous selection after he passed, played at Belmont High, and there's always a Belmont High player playing every year, and Nick is the one this year.
Oh, that's great. Well, he got caught on a nasty pitch
was
there.
a-
At the
He
end.
certainly did.
The Ephus pitch. There's that drone
Well,
in action. That's an amazing shot.
what I found is amazing was when we were talking to Paul about third world countries as the CTN drone went over our heads. You know. Hey,
Another
it's
perfect.
good to have nice things.
Yep.
Got a great shot of the DVD right there.
Yes, right there. Brownie, which you purchased, right?
I did.
You gonna watch it when you go home tonight?
I paid retail.
Pitch to the new catcher.
It
Which
says right
appro-
on it, discounted for attendees. I didn't get the discount.
No.
A portion of that will go towards the National Technical Institute of the Deaf. So.
That's right. So it's
That's
a real
right.
good cause. You'll feel better
Absolutely.
about yourself.
Probably the greatest living ball
Plus, when
player.
the auctions are over, I'm gonna owe like 10 grand.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what you have on you.
We might be putting a uniform after you after today.
Nick Barker
There it
wearing
is.
the uniform of the 1961
I see the crowd roar. The story of William Dummyhoy. He made thousands of fans cheer, but he never heard one. No, this is Paul Henderson's, the executive producer of this movie. It's not my credit card.
It's his personal card given to Brownie. Making all the connections tonight.
Max Burt will lead off the
Crowd's still hanging tough here tonight as we get into the eighth inning, which is nice to see.
Max was the one who was at the plate last inning when the
seventh inning.
badly run double steal sort of ended the inning. So he'll get another shot. We got a new pitcher, Will Alden from Bentley, another one of those Bentley players.
We were mid-interview when that double steal happened, and I'll tell you,
Pop straight up. Out of play.
and look out, Eddie.
I got it.
Just chopped in front.
5-3 as we get to the bottom of the seventh. Have we had an extra innings game?
Last year.
Yeah, we've had,
Was it
had
last
a
year?
couple. I think definitely last year, and I think maybe one other.
Last year was like 7-7 going into the ninth. We thought we were going to be here till.
Yeah.
You remember we were afraid the lights might go out?
That's right, yeah. That's right.
They didn't, though.
Nice play by Koscioni at short.
Makes a great throw to first for the out.
Funny story, I was talking to Coach Oz, as I like to call him, and with the Intercity League, they had their tournament, they called the tournament the playoffs this year, and one game ran so late that Oz was calling the town, don't shut the lights off, don't shut the lights off. Well, they didn't shut the lights off, but the sprinklers came on at 11.
That's different.
So they had to stop the game.
Anthony Maselli steps in here with a 0-1 count.
Sometimes you win, sometimes
Yeah.
you lose, sometimes it rains.
So
Amen.
Church of Baseball.
got the lights to stay on, but
And in the hands,
they forgot
0-2.
about the sprinklers. Burlington, Connecticut, hometown.
I think we've had a lot more out-of-staters this year than in the past. I think some of that's due to the folks from Gallaudet.
Yeah.
Down in I believe Maryland it is, but they recruit from everywhere, and there's North Carolina and New York and all that. But a lot of players come and play at BC and other schools locally who come from out of state.
Yeah.
So
Busted
broken
on the
bat.
inside. Look out. There's that Chicago uniform I asked you about earlier today. That was in the mothballs.
It's actually been one that it's one of the bigger ones. It's sometimes gets worn either by a pitcher or
Okay.
by a bigger catcher.
Yep.
And when a bigger catcher wears it, you don't see it because
Right.
it's hidden behind gear. But there are other Chicago uniforms that are out of the mothballs. Bolin tried to one-hand that at first and
Behind the back one hand, I believe.
didn't quite go
Didn't
the way he
work.
was hoping for. I'd assume we'd see an error on that one.
And a replay.
1 out, 1 on now in the bottom of the 7th.
Alden has to focus here on the mound, not let that get to him.
See if the Abbott Angels can extend their lead heading into the 8th.
No dogs this year.
No.
No, we were talking about that earlier.
We got the drone. We did not
That's
get
it.
the dogs.
We've
The,
advanced in technology.
The little
You know what?
Spinners had a 10-game homestand prior to tonight, so
Oh, the dog was booked.
the dog was taking a rest.
Okay, all right. I like the drone better myself.
the
Ooh,
middle
nice
for a base hit.
line drive over
Shot
the
into center field.
Ooh, they're going to hold him at
Hold
third.
him at third, and 1 run will score. Is that right?
No, he didn't
No.
score. No, he held him at third.
Long single
Yep. He may have
By-
made it in easily there.
by Austin Maisel. Jimmy Rykoy comes to the plate from U Lowell.
Now batting Jimmy McCoy.
Trying to see here.
He doesn't see now that uniform right there, the one guy on third. There.
Chicago uniform,
Yes.
yeah.
You could wear that to the club
Wearing the uniform
right now.
of the 1940s New York Cubans.
Which club would that be?
I doesn't any of them. just say my name.
Going. Double steal is on. Not on.
Oh.
Ooh.
We got some aggressive base running tonight,
Yeah.
and I think I understand why.
Why-
We have a bit of a switch in the way some of the coaches are working. So you've got 2 of the younger coaches, and Danny Finley and James Greeley coaching the home team,
Okay.
and you got Brian Carey and Coach Oz coaching the visiting team. They're looking at it as a young
I was
versus
going to
old
say,
kind
yeah, a
of a
little
thing.
new school, old school matchup here.
Ball
Deep
hit
drive.
deep into right field.
It's off the wall.
Throw to the cutoff at second, and he's in. It's safe with a double.
Bases clearing double there by Rykoy.
That was about the hardest hit ball we've seen
Yeah,
tonight.
that was a rocket to right field up to the fence.
I mean, he doesn't look like he can't hit. You know.
7-3 now. As the lead is extended.
That hit the wall at the 320 mark.
Now batting Clifford Guerrero.
Not bad.
Wooden bat league? Nope, not at all.
High school catcher from Cathedral High School, Clifford Guerrero, gets his first at bat tonight and gives it a ride.
Rips one down the left
Deep
field
left.
line.
It's fair, and it's going to bounce in, and he'll get 2 bases out of that and drive in a run.
8-3 now. As the Abbott Angels look to land a knockout blow late in the game.
Now batting Max Singleton.
I guess the good thing is that the Anderegg family does have some arms left in the bullpen. Although I wonder if someone may not be pitching. Some nice drone shots here.
I'm afraid of heights, and that's making me a little nervous. That shot.
So
McDaniel Singleton's at the plate now.
Coming our way. Like a brownie, but just calm down.
So in between innings, I actually had the opportunity to meet a young woman by the name of Kennedy Gibson.
No.
She came up to me and she asked me if I could take her to meet Steve Buckley, and I said sure. And I asked her her name. She said, "I'm Kennedy Gibson. My grandfather was Russ Gibson."
Wow.
From 1967 Red Sox Dream Team. Possible dream.
Yep.
And I took her over, and Steve was thrilled to see her.
Now batting is Bert
It was just kind of cool, you know.
Yeah.
Bert Beattie
I mean, I'm
is
proud of my
wearing
grandfather,
Josh
and
Gibson's
he
19
didn't even play for the Red Sox, you know.
As Singleton walks. Looks like there's a new catcher for the road team here. We missed that transition. Is that the
He played some minor league ball, you know, in the Italian leagues.
The hills of Italy.
The unknown Sicilian leagues. Oh, and we got a pop up
Pop
right
up.
along the third base line, right in front of us.
nice
Just
catch.
makes the catch.
That's Nick Barker is the catcher behind the plate now, wearing that nice green Hawaii Islanders uniform. Another one with the shirt sleeves.
That ball almost landed in fair territory when it came back. Almost. Yeah. Nice grab.
2 down here, and Lionel Danielson steps back into the plate.
Although it is being covered up by the padding, that green is a great
Yeah.
green.
It's normally something that we like to try and put on an infielder who's going
Yeah.
to play a lot of the game so you can see it, but we go by size. It's a bigger one and ends up on a catcher this year. Danielson, the Dorchester native, 2-0. 3-0 now.
Not out of the jam yet. They've scored 3 already this inning.
You guys should get in touch with EA Sports. There should be like a old timers
First strike.
baseball video game, you know, by
That'd be very cool.
uniform and everything.
Nice.
You know, like you put an emphasis on the uniforms and the players who've worn it. That'd be so cool.
That would be nice, Brownie. That's a good idea. Got a huge lead at second base.
Oh, and a drive
Rip down
down
the
the
line.
left field line, and
Can't
he won't make the
grab it.
catch. That's going to go all the way to the wall.
He's gonna
1 run scores, 2 run scores, and after diving in, he's safe with a double.
That might be the knockout punch right there. It's going to be 10-3 now. Couple runs already scored with 2 outs. That's a killer. That's a backbreaker when that happens.
Looks like we're going to... Danielson just got rid of his batting gloves there.
Dan Murphy.
I know we've had at least one occasion where 10 runs have been scored. I'm trying to see when that was.
That's cool.
There you go.
Nice.
Can I try it on?
Yeah, sure. You take a picture.
We-
People are skeptical.
We did actually have 10 runs scored twice in this game.
I'm friends with this guy.
Back in the first game ever,
Oh, really? First game
in
ever?
in 1994, the Giant Glass Giants won 10-1. And then in 1997, the one where Greg Montalbano threw out the first pitch, we actually had a 10-10 tie.
It seems like we've had more high-scoring games, but we really haven't, have we?
We've had some where you've had 9 runs, 8 runs, 6
Wanna try
runs, 7 runs. We had, it looks like the most lopsided one we had, aside from that 10-1 first game where people actually called to the EEI to
Yep.
pledge to play in the game, and it was like Joe from Norwood on the roster. Really?
I know Joe from Norwood. He's a great guy.
In 2012, it was a 7-0 shutout for the Abbott Angels, but
Yep.
that's the most lopsided here, and it looks like...
Let's take a look at the end of that inning if we could get a replay. Here we go.
It's a nice pick at first base. Right. Nice job. That's my question to you, Ben.
You have
Is
1
the,
minute left to bid at the silent auction.
are the teams divided up? You really can't divide them up as far as trying to make them equal talent-wise. It's just so many different variables with the
Yeah.
players. It's
I mean, you like to hope that each team, as you could see the foul lines there from the drone view, each team has at least a couple left-handed pitchers, so
Who's
you
ma-
balance it
I-
off there.
Who's manning the drone tonight? I'd like to just,
The-
give
the-
a little gratitude to whoever's manning the drone, pulling those great shots.
That's some impressive stuff right there.
Dan Sylvia, Bill Lawler, and Doug Maffetone. Really, drone pilots and aerial photographers taking this game to a whole nother level, literally.
How was he not
I mean, are
hitting?
you kidding me?
How was he not hitting that light?
How can he go without getting FAA clearance?
I was
Ah.
told that it's programmatically stopped to not tip. There's a governor at 400 feet.
Wow. Okay. All right. I didn't know that. And we had the national anthem
Yes.
from Emerson College, and then we had almost like our own little flyover too. It's funny.
Yeah, early in the game. That's
Yeah,
right. There was
we
a Delta 747
Just coming
JetBlue,
right over.
just went right over, and courtesy of CTN
Yeah,
Media.
it was like our own little personal flyover. It was a great way to start the evening.
We have a new pitcher here. Looks like Jim Kane,
Jim Kane
6'0", 185 from Wakefield and Emerson College takes the hill now.
to Mark Boland.
So let's go, Lawler. Let's see what we can do with this drone.
Robinson doing in the 1945 Kansas City Monarchs season.
Jackie Robinson's uniform when he played in the Negro Leagues with the Kansas City Monarchs. Mark Boland steps in again from Salve.
Top of the 8th. The Andrew Gregg family's got to get something going. Chip away. A few this inning and a few next inning. See if they can make some hay here.
Louis Aparicio wore that uniform that Mark's wearing there with the 69 White Sox. A nice little powder blue.
I like that uniform. You saw like this one we were talking about earlier. Little fist coming our way. It's going to drop in there for a
Right
base
over the
hit.
third base. And for a single.
Runner on can start a rally.
Now batting Darren Hartwell.
Let's take a look at a little miscommunication in the infield here. Well, I got it. You
I
got
got
it.
it.
I got it. You got it.
Yeah.
Well, you got a single.
Little hot potato. Who's got it?
See how aggressive the Andrew Gregg team is on the bases. See if they try to make something happen.
Fisted by Hartwell. Could be 2.
Look out.
SL Mayfield.
Got the lead runner.
Is it me or am I seeing a lot of left-handed batters this year?
There's definitely a bunch. There's definitely a bunch. No switch hitters this year, which I thought was interesting. There's always normally one.
Yeah.
Now batting Hector Costillon.
Take a
You
look
know,
at
in terms of balancing the talent, Eddie, as we look at this attempted double play again, which got the lead runner, but a fielder's choice in the end. You know, we're not going to put all the high school players on one side as an example.
Right.
There's going to be some common sense to it.
that. Right.
You know, and you hope as Hartwell takes third on the pass ball there. You know, you try and balance the talent as much as you can, and you just keep watching and understand how players are playing and go from there.
Right. Chopper's going to be trouble.
Tough play.
Yeah.
Can't
run,
get it out of his
Shortstop can't
hand.
make it.
Run will score.
Talking about talent, though, Eddie, we were quite proud because we actually had our 4th overall first-round draft pick this year when Chris Shaw from BC was taken 31st overall by the Giants.
Yep.
So you talk about Carlos Pena, who was number 10 overall, who was the first one.
Yep.
You had Chris Lambert out of BC, the pitcher who I believe went to St. Louis in the first round, and then PBD's Jeff Allison, who went to the Florida Marlins, and we all know Jeff's story and
Yep.
his comeback and playing here for a couple of years. So 4 first-round picks coming out of the old-time baseball game. And,
Since you brought it up, just I would say a warm hello to Carlos Pena and his father Felipe Pena and the whole Pena family.
I think we had the whole Pena family in the infield one game.
Yes, you did, as a matter of fact. And I've spent some time with the whole family, and they're quite a family.
Yeah,
a
they
lot of
certainly
love
are,
for them.
including their cousin Alfredo Nunez, who was actually part
Yes,
of that.
yep, absolutely. Very talented family.
Right
Yes.
now and see if you are the person.
Derek Pizarro from Curry is back at the plate now. That Brooklyn Tip Tops uniform.
Ooh, took one in the back.
That's the second hit by pitch tonight.
Spinal.
Third hit by pitch.
Take one for the team. Hey, when you're down 6 runs, any way you can get on base, you do it, right?
They,
You had no way to go on that one.
they've already chipped one off, so it's a 6-run lead now. And
Yep,
To Superco.
chip away. Only
You
one
You know,
out
that
still.
was that. You think that was payback for the Lomberg?
we have a pinch hitter who will probably end up taking the mound at in the next half inning here, Tim Superco from Tufts. And this is one of those stories, Eddie, that goes to the uniform where Tim is wearing the 1927 Philadelphia Athletics uniform.
Yep.
And years back, after he'd already made his appearance on the mound, you see a ground ball here.
Makes the play to first. He's
First
safe at
base,
first.
Ooh.
Beat it out. Nice hustle down the line.
Pitcher hustled it out.
Kind of awkward, turning around, scooping it out, and quite a hustle.
But
be
Dave
safe
Martin, who
first.
pitched for Tufts at the time, was standing behind the third base dugout with Coach John Casey. I went over and said hello to Coach Case and thanked him for everything he's done. And Dave's like, "Hey, Coach, this looks like our jumbo." And ever since then, a Tufts player has worn that uniform.
There you go. See that? All right.
Ground ball by Hayes.
Can't handle it at shortstop. Gonna be a play at the plate.
Throw is high, and the
One
run will
run in.
score. And each player will advance.
Coach Oz getting aggressive at third base there.
Hey, and why not?
Yep.
Here we are in the 8th.
Chipped away. 10-6 now. Still only one out. Right now, the Abbott Angels will trade an out for a run just to get out of this inning.
Runners at second and third.
Yes, you can. Just go right along
Now
the
batting
bleachers just
Kyle
like
Gum.
you're doing. Just
Kyle Gum from Gallaudet steps in. 5'9", 165, a little guy. Big swing.
Big. Got a little Dustin Pedroia in him there with that swing. Get the Roswell Rockets uniform. Check swing back to the mound.
Throw to first, and there's 2 away.
First baseman had a jump there, though. A little nerve on the throw. A little high.
Step and throw. 2 down now, top of the 8th, 10-6 as
Batting Nick Barker.
we'll see that again. Like checks half swing there.
Get a good look at that Hawaii Islanders jersey now as Nick Barker steps into the box.
Beautiful.
The green with the yellow
Yep.
cursive Hawaii across with the baseball dotting the I. Really is a nice uniform.
Those Oakland colors as well.
Similar. Yeah, very similar.
I noticed the Dodger Koufax uniform is not out tonight, right? Am I-
I did not see it.
I've been seeing.
No, it is not in use tonight, and that's one of the things just sort of rotate through over time, and didn't really end up fitting the right guy.
Okay. I'd say that's probably my favorite uniform.
Definitely very classic.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
one of those things where ideally we like to give it to a pitcher, but you got to give one who's the right size so he has that bulk. So when he enters that windup, it's not pulling out there. As Coach Danny Finley has given Nick Barker a little little friendly jawing there.
Yeah, hey, the young guys playing for keeps.
Danny and James really did a great job in helping me get all these players for the game this year, and really just stepping up as 2 alums who wanted to help out and keep the game going.
Now, when is the roster finalized? How much before? 6 o'clock
Did
tonight.
you say Rastafari?
6:59.
Is it really? Is it? It's.
Well, I mean, the media day while Nick Barker looks in here waiting for the pitch is about 10 days before the game was last Monday, and I think we had 1 or 2 minor changes since then. We had some flip-flopping of people of teams as Barker works a walk.
And I'd like to say we are 1 pitch away from a tie game.
We just put the jinx on us.
Now batting Nick Cole.
2
Oh,
down.
and look who's batting. Nick Call. See? It's all coming together, Eddie. Bang.
Would be
Looks at ball one outside.
would be something else for a high school kid to hit a grand slam right now.
Hey, I made the call, and it's Nick.
But
Fix that in post.
Straight back.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs.
he was swinging for the fences on that
He
one.
was.
Oh, he can
he's
hear me.
feeling your vibe, Brownie.
I'd imagine if you're a high school kid and you step up with the bases loaded down by 4 runs.
You would imagine. So, why not?
Close your eyes and swing as high as you can. Ooh, drop the deuce on him. Nice. One and two.
0-2.
Yeah, 1 and 2 looks like.
Ooh,
A little high.
a little high, and we got a full count, right? No, 2 and 2.
2 and 2 looks like.
Bend him back so he doesn't crowd that plate.
Crowd that plate. Own that plate. Oh.
Now it's 2 and 2.
Yep. Tough pitch there. But we go full. I think we're full now, guys.
Bases loaded, full count.
Yep.
2 out.
Oh! Oh!
He thought he had the walk. Paints the corner.
You're talking black on the plate for that one. Wow. That was a game-changer call right there.
3 runs that inning, though.
Brownie's
They're
still
chipping
stunned.
away.
That's what they needed to do. 3 runs, and they're back in it. As we come to the bottom of the 9th, 10-6. Still not over that called third strike, are you?
Okay.
Listen, if I'm in that situation and I'm managing that team, I want Nick Call in that position. Okay, high school player.
You got to be protecting the plate. You know, you got to foul something off. You got to fight off a
Right.
tough pitch.
That's right. It's a tough
Yeah.
kid out there.
But
We have a new pitcher now,
Will now take the mound.
Nick Ahern. That's a great story there. Nick's wearing the House of David uniform
Yes.
for the 2nd year in a row. Last year, he actually grew the beard out to make it work. It's not as thick this year because he had an internship and couldn't necessarily grow it out the way he wanted. But he's thrilled to be back in the same uniform as.
I'm just pointing out that we almost had a drone accident.
there's our drone, yeah, on center field.
So, and someone is saying hello to our shortstop here.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your
As the-
generosity and support for tonight's
As the drone is hovering with the green lights we can see on the screen
I
there.
was gonna say, yeah, there it is.
It's really something.
It's following the right fielder.
As we see
I mean,
the-
what do you think these kids think that there's a drone flying over them?
as we see some banners from some of our sponsors as we watch the drone with Narragansett
Perfect.
Beer and Jose's and Eastern Standard and Polar.
Yep.
All great companies, and of course Galuccio with his corner of fans there. So it's
Gooch's Corner.
And Jim, if we can go down the left field line and check out, if we can pan down the left field line and check out the new banner that's up. The Lenny Marullo one.
as we did with the Johnny Pesky banner a few years ago. Everyone who played in the game tonight signed the banner for Lenny. So it's really something special, and both those gentlemen right there with Marullo and Pesky have such an imprint on this game, and
Yeah.
the conversations that these guys had in the dugouts with them while we wait for this inning to start. And there's the one for Greg Montalbano and Brendan Grant,
I
and
think that's great. I really do. I think that looks so nice out there, and it's a great reminder
yeah, Eddie
of
Pellegrini,
why we're here.
Tom Cassell, Steve's mom, Catherine Buckley, who was always here, and
Yep.
Sean Megan, the brother of one of the crew here who passed away years ago. So it's sad to continue to add to that list of banners because the reasons
Right.
that those people are no longer with us. But it really
But
shows
it's a memorial. I
it
mean,
is.
It's very nice. It's
it,
beautiful.
It really is, and it's they'll find their way up there every year, and the crew here does not just a great job with the field, but they take such pride in making sure that the banners look right because they understand the importance of it. And it's going to be interesting here as we get to this inning here when you're Nick Ahern, you're protecting a 4-run lead. It's
Just throw strikes.
you just
A little fisted at shortstop. I'll put it away. Quick one.
sorry, you're trying to hold it to only a 4-run lead for them, not protecting it. So one pitch, one out, not bad.
But jumping back to Johnny Pesky, I remember just sitting here and having him sit next to us and just
That was the
kids,
best.
Just
That was the
he,
best.
he stayed and talked to everyone, signed every autograph, and the kids just it was
Yeah.
amazing, amazing.
He was something else, and the picture on the front of the program. I don't know if we'll get a shot of it at some point, but we got to hear is actually Lenny speaking from when we had the birthday cake for Johnny. As we get out number 2 recorded there, as Austin Maisel looks like he grounds out the first.
2 quick outs. That's what you want to do. Get him quick 1, 2, 3. Get the bats back in your hand. Looks like you hurt his shoulder a bit there on that swing.
We don't need any injuries, but the good folks at Fallon Ambulance are here, and they send a truck every year, and another way to thank someone else who's always been there for us. So as Brian Carey is on the mound, and he's gone to the bullpen.
Okay.
2 quick outs for Nick Ahern, and Brian's trying to make sure everyone who is dressed can certainly get out there, and
Good. I think Nick threw 4 pitches.
something around there.
Yeah.
As Bradley Applin from the University of Rhode Island who's wearing that Ham Schulte Hollywood Stars uniform, which is another really nice uniform.
Yeah,
there.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Malden native steps onto the mound now. Not often you see a mid-inning pitching change in this game, but certainly necessary to make sure he gets his
Yeah, like
chance
Coach
to pitch.
like you said, Coach wants to get everybody in.
I think given now that there's a bit of still a decent spread in the score, they still
What
have
kind of
in
line
the-
did you get?
It's just a friendly discussion, isn't it?
Them just jokes, baby.
No, but they know that they each have their pitcher coach in their back pocket if they suddenly end up in extra innings.
Right.
So
21 Hollywood Stars player Ham Schulte.
he gets some warm-ups because I don't think he had too long in the pen to
Oh, I
really
think-
get loose.
Yeah. Ahern made quick work of the first 2 batters.
He may have been up warming, but he may only had just as many pitches
Yeah.
as Ahern did.
He caught Coach off guard there.
It's one of the underrated things with the catchers in the game when they're not actually catching the game live. They're in the bullpen warming folks
Right.
up. So they may only actively catch and manage through 3 or 4 innings, but they've
No, they've been in the game though. They've been in the game the whole game. Yep.
they really can't lose focus here. And
It's the catcher position that most likely goes on to be to manage in baseball, right? Most often,
Yeah,
traditionally.
Traditionally,
So-
yeah. Because it's
I
you're the one player that sees
know.
you're the one player that sees everything. You're facing the whole action. So
I mean,
You are managing in a sense when
you are, yeah.
I mean, Mike Matheny in St. Louis is a great example of that.
Yep.
But then you get someone like Robin Ventura in Chicago, a third baseman who
Yep.
certainly seems to be doing okay. So catcher, because it is very much a intellectual thinking person's position,
Sure.
and so much it certainly makes sense for them to be a little bit more of a chance of being a manager.
Everyone's talking about Veritek now too, trying to pump him up to that.
Yes.
There's a base hit up the middle.
Ryko nails it up the middle. He's had a good game tonight. He's scored 2 runs, may have driven in a run or 2. Might have a chance at MVP there.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll have to pay attention and hear that announcement at the very end.
Here you
Looks
go.
like
Here's your- yep.
Ryko is coming out, and it looks like Lindsay Berra is making her pinch running appearance.
All right.
And Clifford Guerrero is now the batter.
Now she's the great granddaughter.
Yes, the
Great-grand.
the great granddaughter of Yogi, and she pinch ran last year, and she writes for MLB.com, and certainly is always around the game, and involved in the Yogi Berra Museum down there in New
Yep.
Jersey. So certainly a great addition.
It's great that she comes up
Yeah.
every year.
As Clifford Guerrero is showing no fear, swinging away as the high school kid here, pops up to the pitcher.
To end the 8th inning.
Actually, it's second baseman.
Let's take a look at some more scenic views brought to you by CTN Drone. Look at that.
It's an amazing shot.
Look at the field. It's beautiful. The drone actually almost gets hit by a ball here if you look very closely.
Oh, boy.
Ooh. Okay.
Extreme close-up. Wow.
Wow.
That's something else.
That is something else right there.
Beautiful. Possibly intrusive, but beautiful.
Modern technology at its finest. You have to wonder what the neighbors are thinking when they see this thing flying over their house.
Right field.
Let's take a look at those banners
And Josiah will take the
out in left field.
Yeah, the left field is Lenny. If you can see all the
Lenny,
autographs on there.
Yeah, and people will continue to sign those, and the Montalbano and Brendan Grant and Eddie Pellegrini and Tom Cassell and Catherine Buckley and Sean Megan, just absolutely fantastic as we get
the
a
Johnny
new
Pesky one the first one that they had everybody go out and sign?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
That's
Because
great.
if you recall, Pesky actually passed away on the day of the game that
Yes.
year.
That's right.
It was
yeah.
like 3 or 4 hours before game time, and
And then they honored him the following
year we had the banner together, and I think it's actually been signed by more people who actually played in that one. That as people see it, they just grab up and throw their signature. As we have another new pitcher coming in, as Joe Saya, a lefty from Everett and Fisher College, takes the mound now.
Well, as an announcer, I know I signed it.
Yeah. Well, I guess
I wanted to be a part of it. Yeah.
it's fantastic. It's great to do that. Eastern Standard and the Dummy Hoist Scholarship logo that we have there on the right-hand side of that sign, and some of the other sponsors with Relay Connecticut who've been really helping with some of the bigger dollars this year in particular. So really appreciative of them and everyone out there. And Abbott Financial Management, this game doesn't happen without their continued support. From year 1 to year 2, where Bill Noveline said to Steve Buckley, we can do this again. This was good. And here we are in year 22, which you see
It's amazing.
Narragansett and Jose's and Eastern Standard again, and it's the drone
Can you
shots
see
of
the
this.
drone shadow?
Yeah,
Anybody
the-
see the drone shadow?
The drone shadow along the bottom of the outfield fence there is really something else, and the quality of the shot from the drone is just fantastic.
Yes.
It's amazing. And I talked to Bucky and I said, "Did you ever, as this is grown, I said, did you ever think of moving it to a bigger place?" He says, "Absolutely not. So
No.
it's staying
This is
right
where
here.
it stays. Yep.
Stays
Yeah,
right
it's
here.
I
not
was
not
here
just
for
from
like-
what the city manager says, but it would lose some of the feel if it goes anywhere. We've had the opportunity to take it to Lowell several times. It
Yeah.
just- you don't want to hurt the fundraising ability when you
Right.
take it somewhere else, and you don't want it to lose the feel of what it is.
Right, and that's what a lot of people give because they feel part of this community and part of this, and it's
Looks like Joe Say is finishing his warm-up pitches here.
a lot of familiar faces for
sure.
every year, all 10 years I've been here.
Yeah.
You know?
And as you keep mentioning, Ben, the first year was really it was during the baseball strike.
It was during the strike in '94.
Oh, that's
and-
right. Yeah.
And Steve had his radio show. It was the Quality Hang on Saturday mornings, and
Mm-hmm.
people would call in and pledge. I think it was like $50 or more to play. And
Play, yeah.
we actually did. There was a guy. I joked earlier, Joe from Norwood. There's a guy, Dave from Norwood. At one point, we actually found out who he was. And
Yeah,
years
I
later,
know Dave from Norwood.
and years later, he actually played under his full name.
Which, here's the crazy part, is that his real name is Dave from Norwood.
Because if you take a look at the program, there's the all-time roster inside, and it shows everyone who's ever played in this game. And you can tell the people who played in that first year or two because there is still
Just nicknames.
Fred from
and
Burlington who played in 1994, as it looks like we have another walk here.
they drilled him in the back.
Oh, another
hit by
fourth
pitch.
hit by pitch. Well, it is the end of the season for a lot of these guys, and they're probably a little tired.
Well, it is the
I don't know. Oof,
Still nerves for the young
that's
kids.
tough too when a lefty hits a lefty like that
Yeah.
too.
Well, Ben, like I said, there's a lot of lefties tonight.
There is. A little bit more than normal, I think.
Yeah.
You're right. I didn't think of it until you mentioned it, but looking at it, it definitely is. And Hartwell steps in again, just a bit outside.
He had a nice rope down the left field line his last
Did.
at bat.
The Southpaw should be outlawed.
Darren was one of those guys who reached out and really wanted to play and has played for the last couple of years and has really grasped the whole concept and has really done well. Really matured as a player too, as he's played at Williams and played here.
Now, do you turn kids away or players away? Do you get too many requests?
Well,
Sometimes.
I know they said
You
no
know,
to Brownie. I know they didn't.
I
want
mean, sometimes it's just I say it's hard.
Sometimes it's sizing, right? Like
It,
it really.
it is hard to say no to people. You don't want to fill every uniform heading into the game in case as you get close, someone gets hurt. You need to be able to have something to work with. As the pickoff play goes
bad throw to
way
them.
bad, and looks like Boland is
Play
going to
it
make his way to
third.
third.
Oh,
Did he get the tag in time? He calls him out.
Yeah,
He's got the out. Is that aggression there again, though?
Yeah.
It's what you have to do.
Well, you're already in scoring position at second base.
The throw was very far ahead, but I thought he might have snuck around the glove, but I guess he just got him.
Was that 965?
Looked like.
Sounds like the beginning of my phone number.
I think he would have been fine at second base.
Let's look at the
See
replay.
it again.
So here's the pickoff to first. Kind of got inside of him.
He got a little lucky and
Yeah.
it bounced off the bullpen wall.
So it's
Great
so
throw
it's-
to third.
So it's
just
3-5.
Yeah, 3-5. But he's in scoring position at second base. He doesn't need to go to third and take that chance. You're down 4.
We're in the 9th inning.
You don't want to be making outs on the bases though when you're down 4, Brownie.
Yeah,
You know.
I'll take my chances.
You know what I'm talking about.
Well,
Now there's nobody on.
Yeah, well, for Mark, it's lucky he was the first out, not the last.
Yep. What's that old
Big
saying? You
swing
don't
by
want to make
Hartwell.
the first or the last out at the plate, or even third base for that matter.
Speaking of sayings, we were talking about Yogi Berra's great-granddaughter.
Yes.
And Yogi, the
Yep.
greatest, we'll call him baseball verbalist
One-liner.
of all time. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, I know you guys are,
Yeah.
most of the people, but just Google Yogi Berra quotes, and you can entertain yourself for hours.
If you have a bad day at the office, Google
Yep.
that. It'll be fine. 'Cause Hartwell still stands in after he was standing at the plate with that bad pickoff, and he works a walk.
I can appreciate anybody who, doubles as also a stand-up comedian, adds humor to the whatever they do.
But the walk that Hartwell worked really shows the impact of Boland's mistake of
Yeah.
trying to get to third there, because you'd have first and
First
second, no out here.
outs. Exactly.
That's what I was trying to tell Eddie before.
As Koscione stands in.
Fundamentals.
Don't get greedy, late in the game. Don't get greedy late in the game. Let it come to you. Let it happen.
Some heat from Josiah busting in there, pushing Koscione off the plate.
So far, say his inning is a hit batter and a walk. So he hasn't quite yet found the plate.
Southern New Hampshire's been another strong program.
I was going to say, that's an up-and-coming.
And even though I don't think he pitched tonight, but John Morris, I believe, played there before when he was in school. So certainly been some representation from there over the years.
Where is that? Is it Salem or is it Nashua? Where's
I think it's Nashua.
Nashua?
There's a curveball in there for a strike. You see a lot of their online, their school advertising for online degrees. And,
Yeah.
You never think of it as a, you see you think of it
Yeah.
as a
Virtual university.
Phoenix University type of thing, yeah. You never realize
But the people are real.
people are real.
It is-
It's a pretty good sized school.
They've
too.
got a good baseball program up there. We get-
Time is called.
Looks like we got time.
Time was called. Yep. So what you do as a pitcher, just finish the pitch. You don't want to stop your
No.
motion.
No one needs to get hurt in the charity game, Eddie.
No.
I think the umpires understand that, too.
Yep.
Interesting tactic by Koscione calling the timeout then to really sort of make Saya think some more.
Yeah. Look out, coming our way.
We just passed the 10 o'clock hour here.
We're making good time.
Certainly are. Another good crowd, which is starting to thin out as the game's gone on. But
Yep.
certainly we're loud and supportive of these guys as we see Josiah stare in.
There's Buck in the foreground. I saw Buck taking some BP today.
Yeah, he'll try and get a couple cuts in on media day, too.
He had a good swing going.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot. Last year he batted.
Yep. Took some swings this year in BP.
Pre-game.
Yeah.
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 He played in the first two, I believe. In 94, 95. Koscione is out there. 2 down now.
Although we don't know that it was listed as Steve from Norwood.
That would have been Steve from Cambridge,
Steve from
actually.
Cambridge.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Steve from Cambridge. I forgot he's never moved.
Derek Pizarro stands in the last hope here.
He's a lifer in Cambridge, huh?
Yeah.
He's
I would
one of
say
those
so.
you'll never, one of those Cambridge people that'll never move no matter what.
1 on, 2 outs, 1-0 count for Pizarro.
Truly a community man, you know?
Yep.
A Cambridge kid as himself. There we go.
See, there you go.
Comes
All
full
tied
circle.
together. Yep.
And the pitch.
And that's
Low
one,
and inside.
and that's one of those things too. There's always some kind of Cambridge connection, someone
Yeah.
playing from the city. I mean, they do so much; it's hard not to have
Right.
enough representation there. And sometimes, some years there's more than others, but there certainly is in Pizarro this year. And it's nice to make sure that they know that that their own players get their chance on this field this night. Up the middle.
Got him.
That's-
Nice play, and that'll do it. As we finished 10-6, the Abbott Angels.
Gentlemen, we call your attention to the first base line. Tonight's most valuable player with 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored is Jimmy Rico.
Jimmy Rico.
That was your call, Ben, right?
Jimmy Rico.
Yeah, Jimmy Rico. 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored.
Good game. We
Here's
see
the game-ending play, the ground ball to short. Nice throw.
Well,
Austin
that was a
Mason.
great game. You know, it was great to be back here.
Another great night. Thank you, gentlemen and
Thank
team.
you.
And the drone is at a whole other level, so I'm excited to see what comes next year
Yeah.
in 2016 for year 23.
You get a week off, and then you get to start this all over again next week, right? You start it back up again.
A week or two.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get a debrief in right after Labor Day. Just sit there. What worked, what didn't.
Yep.
Look at the final numbers for the charity. And this year, it's going to be a
It's gonna be
record
huge,
because
yeah.
with the federal grant matching every dollar,
Dollar
and
for dollar, yeah.
I mean, we were trending high coming into the game, and I mean, it would not shock me, Eddie, if with that matching, if we passed
You
100
guys see I'm
grand for
holding
this
a
game.
drone? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You guys are talking about charity. I
Yeah,
apologize.
we're not playing with toys here.
Okay. All right.
There
But
it is.
it wouldn't shock me if we passed $100,000 this year, which would be
That would
absolutely
be
tremendous.
Blow
and
away the, yeah.
it certainly would. And we seeing some drone footage here, which
No, it's live from my hand here.
which is just tremendous, and it really shows the picturesque field here as we see up close and personal what
This
that drone
Brownie,
looks
yeah.
like.
It's going to take Brownie and fly Brownie off.
It's amazing how small of a camera gets so great of a picture.
That
But
was awesome. And probably next year we'll
To
get
the
some
drone
more
guys.
use out of it. Yeah, great job, guys.
I'd like to thank fellow broadcaster James Dana for coming in and
Yes,
sitting in with us tonight.
Absolutely. Did a
It's an
great
absolute
job.
pleasure to have you, buddy. And
great job.
Brownie,
Thank
Thank
you.
you, fellas.
Thank you
Appreciate
both.
it. Another great year, and
And do we have the charity pick for next year, or is that
I don't
gonna-
think it's been formally announced yet, but there's definitely a few contenders, and
Yep.
as soon as we know it, we'll probably publicize it in the website, I would imagine. And everyone can go to oldtimebaseball.com. They can certainly see more information about the game, past history, all the uniforms we talked about, and of course, they can probably catch the link to the feed here that we just had here from the guys at CTN
which
Media.
should be
So
on ctnmedia.net.
CTRmedia.net. Absolutely. Can watch the whole game.
Correction.
And the DVD too. Yeah, we got.
Well, fellas, this is great.
This was a great DVD too. And Brian, you told them how we can get it, right?
Yes. Oh, thank you. Well, I see the crowdroar.com, Facebook/ I see the crowd roar.
Thank you. Thank
Yep.
you.
Thank you, Paul. All right.
Yep.
Special thanks to Jim Akimchuk and the whole CTN Media crew. You guys did a fantastic job tonight. Thank you to Chelmsford Telemedia
They got
for
the truck.
the truck and the energy. So,
Brownie, Earl, Ben Weiss, great job, guys.
Eddie
Awesome.
Basile, thank you for
guys.
another great year.
We'll see you in 2016.
All
We'll
right.
see you.
Take care.
Yeah.